was good? We are here. The NBA draft is here. What are the Bulls going to do at 18? You know, that's what we care about as you see the Chicago name come across. But also, is there going to be some trades tonight? Kyrie Irving talking like he doesn't want to be a part of the Brooklyn Nets anymore. Could there be a trade there?
Give me 1 minute.
Hey, man, I got you. As Stephon the Don dips out, man, could there be a trade on that end, my guy? Yeah, I'm saying, like, there's a lot of stuff that could happen tonight. But, of course, y'all know we here for the Chicago Bulls, and we're going to be breaking down all the draft picks that do come through. What are the expectations? Does Paolo go first? We're going to see Banchero in Orlando out here. Nobody expected that. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another live show. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man, as we do talk everything at this point, but we do mostly talk Chicago sports. Y'all know how we do. We talk everything daily on this. And Stephon the Don is back in the building. Steph, what's good, man? What's your expectations? What's your expectations on the night, man? Do you feel like there's gonna be a surprise move at the first pick, or are we gonna get what we expected at the first pick? What's going
on? Honestly, for me, I don't view it as a surprise. I know we seen Woj just now say that Paolo might be going number one, which to be honest, quite honestly, I have no problem with that. The top three is pretty much interchangeable to me. Yeah. Even though me personally, I would want to see a Banchero with a Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a more lethal duo than what they got right now, unless Jalen Suggs takes that step. So I don't know. We'll see. As in terms of the rest of the night, I think we're gonna see a couple of blockbuster trades that Muggs just not ready for. I mean, we've heard all day KD's mulling his future. Kyrie doesn't really know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
So I'm really expecting a big night.
What do you think the expectation is? Of course, around Kyrie Irving, right? Starting it off because you feel like Kyrie's going to be the big name that's going to end up getting moved tonight. He's going to be the disgruntled superstar that ends up getting moved tonight. But there's a couple of other big names that could go tonight. Do we see a Kevin Durant get moved tonight? Do we see a Rudy Gobert, who's connected with our Chicago Bulls, possibly get moved tonight? Does a John Collins get moved tonight as the commissioner getting ready to start the NBA draft here? What are your thoughts on it?
I think out of all those three guys that you mentioned, we do have got to add a fourth guy, DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray's name out of nowhere.
May also be on the move. Out of all the four guys we mentioned, I honestly think either John Collins or DeJounte Murray will get moved tonight. Out of the two, I think that KD and Kyrie will be the longer move, but it's interesting to see what they're gonna do. Because, as you know, we've said teams want these picks from the Bulls, Miami, OKC, whatever. Like, you don't even know what they're gonna do. Yeah. They got a ton of them, so we'll see.
It's gonna be interesting to see, man. I'm ready to get this thing underway. This is cracking off the off season, right? Technically, we've been in the off season.
Hey, this honestly my favorite time of the year.
Hey, this is your time. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is your time of year. I'm gonna give you credit on it, my boy. You do well this time of year. This is where Ringo is most excellent, because Ringo is the king of watching college games, bro. For the rest of us, we kind of just live here. But Ringo be out here just like watching every game that happens, that moves, anything that might go down, any player. Like he's been keeping an eye on Paolo since like last year. Like what?
Paolo,
what does that even mean?
Ivy, Chet.
Oh, he talking about Steph and Clay getting picked out here. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, you know they always got to do that at the beginning of the draft.
So
shout out to the Golden State Warriors. Nobody cared.
Right. So this is the thing, right? And shout out to everybody in the chat. Who we got in the chat, man? We got Jerome Davis in the chat, CJ the Truth, Vern, McSeason's in here. McSeason, we are live in this mug, man. Don't get fried up in here. Matty Matt in the chat. What's good, man? B. Bill Sr. in this mug, man. We got questions early on it. By the way, yeah. Drop y'all questions in the chat. We'll try to
Please do.
answer as many questions as possible throughout the night. Listen, the draft is going to get lengthy. I will say this, just a heads up. Your boy's doing like 3 shows. Apparently, right? People like me. People really, really like me. So I'm doing like 3 shows tonight. I'm going to be here. Here is my first priority. But after the Bulls make their pick, I'm gonna pop off. We're gonna do hop on the Locked On NBA draft real quick, draft breakdown real quick, and I'm gonna do a quick segment over there, and then I'm gonna fly over to Locked On Bulls. We're gonna do a quick live reaction, me and Hayes over there, and then we'll be back here. I'll be back in here for the to finish out the first round of the draft. Which how late we staying in this month? This is always the question, right? Like, do we care about the second round?
Not really.
As the first pick coming in here.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Oh,
We don't
no,
care about
they
that.
just saying that the Magic are on the board. They just saying that the Magic are on the board. I thought the pick was coming in. Adam Silver out here getting me hyped. What's good, Marcus Couch in the chat? What's going on, man? Shay asks, is EJ Liddell a perfect fit for the Chicago Bulls? I would say, yeah. I like a lot of the things that he brings. Of course, he's a little bit older than most of the guys in here, but who cares, right? Like, Kyle Kuzma's still mad young. That's the player I look at now when mugs are like, but he's old. And I'm like, but he's still mad young. He's like, what, 28? So like,
yeah, almost, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
20,
like
20,
I don't really care
29.
about the age. I like Kuz. I think Kuz brings. I'm sorry, I like EJ Liddell. I think EJ Liddell brings some immediate improvement to the Chicago Bulls, especially on the bench. By the way, over 100 in the chat.
100.
We ain't even been able to do that in a little minute, man. Can't wait till basketball season next season, bro.
Man.
But no, I feel like EJ fits a lot of the things that the Bulls want to do well here. Can you bring Hayes so we can all stream together? Hayes is actually, I think he's streaming on Chicago Bulls Central. He's going to hop on right before a couple picks before the Bulls get it cracking. He's probably in the chat right now, actually. So shout out to that. Adrian in the chat was good. Baki in the chat was good. Baki keeping us abreast with the news, man. Here's a question for you, right? What is the best move, do you think, with the makeup of the Orlando Magic at this first pick? Is it Paolo, or would you rather see Chet go down there? Either way, no matter what the pick is, right, you would think that there's going to be some movement of either Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner, we don't care as much about, or Wendell Carter. You would think there's going to be some move there. What's your thought process on it?
Now, see, me personally, I like the move. I want Jabari Smith to go here just because I think of it as more of a fit. I think of it as a better fit for him.
Yeah.
So that way they can kind of they can move off when the Magic can move off Wendell and probably get some pieces back. Maybe some picks. You never know, because we've seen a wild week, especially with what they got for Christian Wood. You talk about what Portland got. Portland maybe still in play at 7 because they're trying to get OG. But just back to that, like that'll like free up some more space for them on the floor. And I think it just helps out everybody because it gives Franz more room to move. But it all hinges, I think, on the fact if Jalen Suggs takes that step, now we're actually talking about something. Because I think that those 3 have to be the nucleus.
We've got Shams with the not to cut you off, but we got Shams with the tweet here over on The Athletic already. Now, how y'all want us to do this, right? Y'all want us to give you the Twitter version, or y'all want us to wait till they make the pick on the TV, right? Because the Twitter version, NBA, I'm cool with the Twitter version. NFL, y'all got to shut up. I turned Twitter off. But for me, Shams tweeting out early here and letting people know, it looks like it's going to be Paolo first.
Hey, I'm not even gonna hold you. Paolo didn't even look like he wanted to go number 1.
Hey, bro, like we're gonna see here as the tweet is coming in. Woj tweeting it out also a minute ago. The Magic are expecting to select Banchero, number 1. First pick in the 2022 NBA draft is Paolo Banchero with one of the worst suits in NBA draft
I know
history.
that suit is
That is atrocious.
awful, dog.
He looks like the Joker. We do fry on these, by the way. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, don't expect to have us just not talking about these mugs, man. His mom's is that mom's right there? Or is that grandma? Was that mom's or grandma? She
I
was
think
fresh.
that's
Did y'all see her
mom. I'm
with the
not gonna hold
glasses?
you.
I don't know if that was mom's or grandma, but she was fresh. That boy dressed like Mr. Glass, bro. That's a fact, CJ. Man, how do you see this? How do you see this playing out for the Orlando Magic, my boy?
Well, I look at it as a W. Basically, he's the most NBA ready prospect out of all of them. In the draft, I look at it like he has a nice inside out game. I liken him to a Jason Tatum when he first came in because he kind of had everything. Plus, you knew that he can get to you knew that he can get to a bucket. Another thing is too, I like the way that he plays defense. Once he finally figures out where he's supposed to be, he showed flashes in the Final Four in the tournament. That when it actually came down to it, we talked about once you get to the playoffs, it only takes 3 stops. He has the actual ability to go out and do that. So, like I said, if Jalen Suggs actually takes that leap, they have something with him and Franz Wagner to go together, so that way that can actually be the nucleus of the Orlando Magic, and you can actually start to move forward with the process of trying to get some win and trying to get into contention in the later future.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this about him right now. I like that they're comparing him to Michael Beasley right here. That's an interesting comparison, but not one that's crazy, right? Because Paolo does a lot of his attacking off of the physicality, right? Driving to the bucket. He's an elite scorer to me. Somebody that can absolutely get into you, bump you around, move you out of the way. He was bodying Chet up, and when they played against each other in that game, I watched on that. I'm surprised that he's moved up this much because there was a while there, right, where we thought Paolo might even go 3. But now we're talking about him as the number 1 overall pick. I don't think this is a bad move. I do think that's a bad suit, though. So that was mom's.
Okay. So yeah, so right now, if you're looking at it, Paolo, 17 a game in college, great rebounder actually with the 8 boards. But if you look at it, 33 minutes a game, 34% from 3. But this is what I was talking about, the defense on blocking and steal a game. If he could actually hone in on that, then like you talking about probably next year or the year after that, you're talking about probably a really great 2-way player on both ends of the court.
So per Shams here, because everybody wanted the Twitter joint.
Hey, time out. Is Woj washed?
Hey, no. I get Shams because I got the Athletic and him, so I'm getting double on that. So that one just pops up first. Woj is out here. Hey, Woj is hold on, that's 3 minutes ago. Hey, I don't know, bro. Woj might be a little washed, bro, because the last tweet from Shams is a minute ago, but Shams is also doing a show right now. But the pick number 2, it's going to look like, per sources, Oklahoma City is going to select Chet Holmgren number 2.
Not a shock.
Not a shock there at all to me. Not a shock there at all.
Bro, they're littered with lengthy 7-footers.
Yeah. So now 3.
Right. Nah. In all honesty, though, I mean, I'm looking at it. This is gonna be a great fit for them. I look at it. I look at him as like on the same class as Evan Mobley, not as polished as Evan Mobley right now, but when you look at his overall game, and I've been watching a ton of tape on him, seen some games in the tournament and watched some games before that. They come off of a lot of the same sets, flare screens. He's shockingly physical with you, which I think is gonna shock a lot of people. He knows how to use his body without fouling and uses verticality to go up for the block. I think this is the right move. But I'm just waiting to see what they do with the rest of the picks, because I mean, you got him now. You got Shea. You got Baisley. You got Giddy, who pretty much everybody's high on. I'm really trying to see what they do, but right now I'm excited for this pick for OKC.
How does he fit in right away, even with those names, right? Like, does he instantly become the number one guy on that team? Is it still kind of Giddy? Is it still Shea that you're looking at as the number one on that team? Or do you go back to now this is Chet's team, seeing as how he's going second overall? You're going to look to him to be the number one option there.
I think that honestly, I think he'll be a number three. But I will say they will have one of the best pick and roll tandems in the league
Yeah.
with Josh Giddey and Chet, because listen, he's at minimum, look, he's gonna run the floor and he can also handle a little bit. So after that, I mean, you look at it, it's an easy to 10 points. Just him running up the floor and getting to it. But I'm thinking about it like they will have a great defensive presence. But this raises the question to me: do you kind of move off of Shea to give Giddy more of that point guard role? Like I said, it's a lot of questions pertaining to them. I mean, I'm really excited to see what they do. But like I said, it's a great fit.
What do you feel like Giddy is the best option there? Do you feel like Giddy's your number one option there, right? Like at the point guard position. I feel like, listen, as much as Josh Giddey showed, definitely showed you a lot, showed you some excellent flashes, especially
Mhm.
playing beside Lou Dort and all of that. You also have to, be honest with yourself and say, yeah, there was a lot of hype around him as well. They lost quite a few games in Josh Giddey putting up 11, 10, and 9.
Oh yeah, nah. I definitely think he can be the number one option. They got a lot to work on, but time will tell. I mean, I think he wants to, and I think he's going to improve. A lot of those guys that came from that league that Luca was in, or even that NBL, or even played overseas. I mean, they're a lot more polished when they come out. So I think if you just give them a little bit more time, I would say, like 2 to 3 years. Like I want to say either this year or next year, like you're gonna continue to see him take that leap. I'm looking at him probably for most improved next season.
What would you comp Chet with? I mean, like,
Evan,
who would you who? Evan Mobley?
Evan Mobley.
He weighs a lot more though.
If you look at it, like you really have to go look at, they play the same exact game. The thing is, Evan is a little more polished because he has that back to the basket game. But
Yeah.
even if he can't get that, he'll turn around and he'll turn around and face up with you if need be. So I mean it's kind of crazy. I'm seeing a Porzingis thing too. I'm kind of messing with that, but yeah, I don't know. If it was me, I gotta go Mobley.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Woj out here washing. Now, granted, Shams is on a show right now, but Woj is coming through with the news quick. He's on his game right now. Now, this is not saying that he's going there yet, but Auburn's Jabari Smith is atop Houston's draft board at number 3. Again, I don't think there's any surprise there.
No, that's not a
I
surprise.
don't think there's any surprise there. These guys 1, 2, and 3, right? Like you felt like any of them could have gone 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
I
like
think
it was.
it's really interesting to see that they went in this order. Again, Paolo was supposed to be going to Houston before today. I think really kind of late into yesterday is when we started hearing that he was going to be a top pick in the NBA draft, but he was supposed to be going to Houston.
No, that's a fact. I would want to see him in Houston, but because I think the fit's a little better. But I also like this one too. And a quick point on chat before we get off that.
Yeah.
Also, 39% from three. Um,
Yeah.
it's something that we got to take into account also. So
Does he feel like a young Porzingis a little bit? Porzingis,
yeah,
of course, came
yeah,
in
a
a little
little
bit
bit,
healthier.
a little bit, a
I
little bit.
kind of get I
I would
kind of
say
get
so.
Porzingis vibes off of a Chet a little bit. Like if he's able to pan out and be that level of player, it's
Nah,
gonna be
yeah,
interesting to see.
I think he could be a Porzingis. But you know the thing with Porzingis was about him staying healthy. I think if he does that, I think if he does that, which I think he's capable of, then he can have a productive time when he's in this league. Because
Any
like the
chance?
one thing about him, he looks competitive, and like you said, he wants to show that like he not just here to mess around. He here to get to it. So
He's here for a good time, not a long time. I ain't. Here's my question: is there any chance? Because we've heard a lot about Jaden Ivey. Any chance for a Jaden Ivey upset here going to Houston?
nah, because at minimum, at minimum, like that would be taking it away from Jalen Green. And I feel how I
They
feel
got
about
they
it.
got they got a lot.
Jaden Ivey is legitimately like the fact that he's 4 and he's slated to go to the Kings makes me upset
You
because
poor bastard.
legitimately like that man is like Ja Morant, legitimately like not as polished as Ja. That man has a
And
handle,
just
can
like
get to the
that, your third
basket,
pick is in.
shoots the three extremely well. The body control is phenomenal. Like that
Hey,
man
Ringo,
is
Ringo, Ringo,
six
Ringo,
four, and
Ringo. The third pick is in, dog.
I can't even hear you
He's
like that.
going
Hold
real
on, hold on.
hard. The third pick is in, dog. Jabari Smith to the Rockets.
Oh, did you get that?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to H-Town Jabari. Maybe, wait, do I just need to have the Athletic open in this month? Well, Jabari Smith out to Houston. What do you feel about? First off, kid, are you alive?
Not really.
Good to see you in here, brother.
But I put it on a ticker so y'all can see it on the ticker, and then no one said it. I was like, say it. So what's good, you all? I'm gonna be playing the background most of the night. Just wanted to help out a little bit, but Ringo's on the road. This is Steph's thing. He loves this
Oh
part.
yeah, Steph is this
I'm
is
not
Steph's
trying to.
game.
This is Steph's show, so I'm gonna fall back. I'm working a ticker, so but Steph, just watch the ticker for me. I got you.
Okay.
He just come in and play producer real quick. Get out of here. Jabari Smith Jr. from Auburn going out to Houston, man. Steph, how do you like the lineup of hey, never mind. Let me stop.
Now I
I
do like this.
reckless. How do you
Especially with them getting this kind of this kind of lets this kind of lets the Houston move when they got rid of when they got rid of that like this kind of makes sense for the reason why the Rockets got rid of Christian Wood, because now you can play him at the 4, 6'10" guy that can shoot threes, got a handle. He also has a ready-made NBA game. And
yeah.
if you look at it right now, I mean, in college, 17 a game. Also, like we said again, like I said again, great rebounder for his size, almost 8 rebounds, 42% from 3 and 80 from the line. So this is definitely just gonna go well with him, Jalen Green, and look, they might even re-sign Kevin Porter Jr. to an extension. So
Well, I think that's the biggest question here, right? Like Kevin Porter Jr. has been a little bit inconsistent for him, hasn't really been able to be that best shooting or point guard option that they'd hoped that he would be. In fact, Jalen Green having the ball in his hand more of the time is Kevin Porter's inefficiencies due to the fact that Jalen Green has the ball in his hand most of the time? Or do you feel like no, this is going to open things up not only for Kevin Porter but also for Jalen Green, and then you're gonna have the ball in Kevin Porter's hands more often?
now you're definitely gonna have the ball in his hands more often. And the thing that highlighted to me, if you look at it like
Wow.
one block, also one steal a game. So he's also he also has good defensive instincts as well. And again, you looking at possibly 3 two-way players next season, really good for the league.
So per 8 Woj and per Shams here, the Kings are focused on Iowa's Keegan Murray at 4, and the latest from Shams, Kings have no trade and plan to keep Murray per sources. That's going to be your number 4 pick to Sacramento, Keegan Murray. What were you? I think we both thought Jaden Ivey was going in that spot. What do you feel about that move there, Ringo?
A shooter, straight bucket getter. If you look at it, hold on, let me pull it up.
Bro, why they got this picture up here? Hey, it just looked like
18 a game.
Sacramento is sucking the life out of people.
He's getting 18. He was getting I think it was 23 a game. Shoots the three very well. Hold up,
All right, just in the middle of that.
Shoots the three very well. But I'll tell you this right now. I'm shocked that they actually kept the pick. I don't know why they wouldn't trade it, to be honest with you. You know, they've already made some major moves, but I guess, hey, if they wanted to add some young pieces to build around Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox, then sure. But I thought this would be a good time for them to actually make a big splash and get another vet that can help them really make a good push in the Western Conference because they absolutely need it. So, maybe they know more than we do, but then again, this is the same organization that didn't draft Luka because of some childhood beef. So there you go. There's that.
Hey, that beef runs deep, brother. Do you feel like, I mean, dog, like that is a weird move there by them to me. Like you're confident that just because you got Mike Brown in the building that's gonna keep Sabonis around, that's gonna keep, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not confident that team that they have right now with De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis is going to be together for more than next season.
I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that this was the right move by the Kings not to take Jaden because nobody wanted him there. Just because they wanted to save his career. Not if you look at it like that, they were gonna be really guard heavy anyway. But if you look at Keegan Murray, 18 a game. After that, you turn around. This man can shoot the three very well. Extreme. He's looked right now as somebody to me that can come off the bench, but pure scorer. In my opinion, I don't know what he's gonna do with the Kings, but I don't know. Time's gonna tell. It's a really good get.
I think I'm a little ahead. Well, we're on Twitter, so obviously we're ahead.
Yeah, we all on Twitter. We all getting it at the same time.
So
listen, the TV sources are 10 years behind in some of these mugs. So it looks like we got Woj saying that Purdue's Jaden Ivey is going number 5 to the Detroit Pistons.
Woj
hey, we kind of flying through these first 5 picks, though.
Woj beat Shams this time. What?
Hey, Woj been beating Shams all night. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, Shams beat him the first couple picks. I'm watching it. I ain't had nothing but to do but watch it.
I'm looking at this. Like, is Jaden Ivey the savior in Detroit? Do you like that Detroit held on to this pick? Like, I don't. Him and Cade and Marvin Bagley. Are you gonna go after a DeAndre Ayton here? Like, they got $43 million, I believe, in cap space now after moving on from Jeremy Grant. Like, what is the move that's gonna make this team a legitimate team? I don't know.
I think the biggest thing for us is, one, eventually we're gonna have to stop talking about Detroit as if they're the scum of the earth. I know we're Chicago sports.
I won't.
I know. And I know that we're a Chicago sports show, but we do have to remember that at least in our lifetime and also our parents' lifetime, Detroit had 2 really nice playoff runs. And in the middle of the 2000s, they kind of dominated the East before, Boston kind of did their thing, and then Miami happened. And so, like, their claim to fame is coming. And if they can make a move, supposedly, to get DeAndre Ayton, I think this move with Cade Cunningham, I think they're building a nice young core, and they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. I can see them kind of replicating what Boston tried to do with a bunch of young talent. I'm not saying it's gonna be on the same level, but I tell you this: DeAndre Ayton will look really good with Cade Cunningham. I tell you that much.
And I think that's the biggest question, right? Like,
haven't seen Cade in person. I will say this: he's pretty good.
No, I think that's the biggest question, right? Like, you got to talk about What is the move that's going to be made that the Detroit Pistons are going to do in free agency with all of this cap space that they've opened up that's going to make this team start moving in the right direction? Because it can't just be that you have Cade and you have Jaden Ivey. Like, that's not going to be enough. It wasn't enough with just Cade and Jeremy Grant. You got to find somebody that's going to get in there, especially with as much cap space as you have right now, that's
I don't
going to
think they're
be a
done.
legit force.
Yeah, I don't think they're done. I don't think their moves are done yet. And I think for the first time in a long time, they're doing it the right way. They got a good young talent. They drafted another good young talent. I like the stats behind him. He looks promising at 5. He looks better. Never mind. He looks promising at 5. You know what I was about to say. Never mind. I'm leaving it alone. Leave it alone. And hopefully, my biggest thing for them is coaching. I think coaching would be the biggest thing, because let's be honest, we know Cade can play. We know, whoever they bring in can kind of play. I mean, you're the top 400 or 500 people in the world. We know you can play, but how do they develop and stuff like that? I'm more worried about that. What does their development look like? What does all of that look like? Because that's what separates teams who draft a lot of young capital, like Celtics, versus OKC, in my opinion, who ain't really did nothing with their young talent, if you ask me.
How far away is this Detroit team from being a
Let's
play-in team?
just go play in
I
first.
Play-in team.
Let's
I
go
think
play in first.
I think it's how they develop, right? Because if you look at it, like, and as much as I said this morning, because I texted the group chat like Jaden Ivey need to go to the Pistons, like Jaden Ivey is going to look like he needs a ball in his hand. So I think that later on, it might have to be a pick 'em. I want them to get Aiden just because I feel like once they get Aiden, I've seen the way that Jaden kind of works with another great screen setter. So if he does that, Aiden will be able to get his numbers. But my question is, will they be able to work off of each other? Like, we ask a Jason Tatum or a Jaylen Brown to do, or even when CJ and Dame were out there in Portland. But I think right now this would be the spot for him. This is likely to be the spot for him.
What does this do to a Sadiq Bey on that team?
I don't think this does anything. Because you put Cade at the 1, Jaden Ivey at the 2. I mean Sadiq Blake would play the 3, but I mean, Grant's out now, so that frees up more room. The nucleus should really be Cade Ivey and Aiden. To me, if you were going out to get anybody,
you got to convince Aiden
that's
to
how
come
you
to
start
Detroit. You got to convince Aiden to come to Detroit. He seems like he's okay, as it seems like Jaden Ivey has heard that he's going to Detroit now, and he's visibly in tears at the excitement or just crying because he's going to Detroit, one or the other. I'll never stop the Detroit slander. It's okay.
You know what? I will say this. The simple fact that these kids get to live out their dream, I'm happy for them.
Hey, it cracks me up, bro. Like dudes that sit on their sit in the basement and play video games on 2K and do absolutely nothing with their lives are the first one to criticize somebody that's living their dream every day, and it cracks me up every time I see it, bro. Like it was some dude on Twitter going at it with Stacey King the other day about Derrick Rose's career and how it was a failed NBA experience and all of this. And I was like, you idiot. He made the NBA and he was an MVP and he made an ECF and he's Derrick Rose and he's beloved by everybody. There's no such thing as a failed NBA experience when you're sitting in your basement tweeting, hey, look, buddy had a picture of his dog on there. The dog didn't have a haircut. You're too lazy to get your dog a haircut. Meanwhile, Derrick Rose is up working every day. Get the hot sauce off your chin, my boy. Oh, man. Love to see Jaden Ivey up there. Jaden Ivey fresh right now. I like the fit. He went tux. He got the ice on. That's a nice fit. That's a nice fit on a Jaden Ivey. Steph must be having some technical difficulties. He just popping in and out.
It's all good. It's all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
No, we gonna rock and roll. We gonna rock and roll. I'm gonna try to get y'all as long as I can before this meds kick in. Because when the meds kick in, the meds kick in. As you can see, I've been sick, but I'm gonna put it to you like this: the show must go on. Show must go on.
The show will go on.
I appreciate you all.
He must be having some internet difficulties, man. Comcast don't work the same at his house. His dad bought the he had to buy the smallest package.
Pause. But I appreciate you all looking out. Appreciate you all keeping me in mind.
Lean. Oh well, that would cure the cold. But no.
All right.
As Indianapolis on the clock here, Steph, where you think they're going?
To me, I think that
they
would. I think they go either power forward or center. I think a Easton, somebody like a Easton, maybe a Williams, from Duke. You gotta.
Here's one that might throw you off. Here's Woj dropping the tweet here. Pacers are locked on Ben Mathurin with the with the number 6 pick. Sources tell ESPN.
Okay.
I don't know what that
is. I'm gonna wait a second on that one, Pat.
Hey, you can tell when Steph is just like, what are we talking about right now?
I don't know who that is.
Benedict Mathurin
is a purse Shams as well, is going to be the pick for the Indiana Pacers. How do you feel about that one, Steph?
Good for him.
He gets Ben enough to put Benedict up there.
Good for him. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of tape on him. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, man. I think what this does, like, they need to find a way to kind of rebuild, because they're trying to get rid of Malcolm Brogdon and Miles Turner, so they need to acquire as many pieces and get many pieces back. So right now, I don't think he's like screaming full-fledged starter to me. I think he needs a little bit of time for that, but
he's in the right place to do it, though. I mean, it's not like he's not going to be able to sneak into the starting lineup.
He's gonna probably be starting. Not even midway through the season. I would say early, but yeah, I mean, I think this is a good get for them, because they need to figure out what's going on with that whole situation, to be honest.
Seems like instead of having the NBA draft board up here, I need to have Twitter.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I have it on my phone, but I mean right here. But then again, Twitter's a wild place. You hit refresh.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to.
I thought we were talking about the NBA draft, not the OnlyFans draft.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to let you know. I'm trying to play it safe, but it's looking like we're a little bit behind. Well, we're not behind. We're not behind. You know what? For a man named Benedict, I did not expect him to be dark skinned.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey, that was funny. I'll give you that one. That was pretty funny. Benedict Mathurin out of Arizona, man. Definitely love. Oh man, kid's been here for 10 minutes. We already got the show off the rails. Oh man, he was the Pac-12 Player of the Year in 2021-2022, man. Fresh tux though. I rock with that.
I ain't even gonna lie, I'm messing with the hat though.
It's the hat he get drafted in, dog. It's the Pacers hat.
I think he was saying, yeah, I don't know. I tried to help you, Steph. I had nothing for you on that one.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to Pat. I'm gonna start questioning yo. First of all, that's not a tux. Second of all, that suit looked like he got that bad boy off of Express or something like that. I know. Young kid just got drafted, stuff like that. But clearly, in the next year, he's going to make more money than all of us on this freaking show. It's not hard to believe top 10 draft picks going to clear more money than we're going to make on this show right now. All right, now that's no offense. Somebody could have helped him with that suit. These suits have been terrible. All right, terrible.
I'm cool with that one. That's not the worst we've seen.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Whoever let Paolo come out the house like that need to slap themselves, their mama and their grandmama. I swear that was the ugliest suit that you could have ever.
Paolo's was terrible.
Paolo can't, boy. I tell you, when they say he looked like Mr. Glass, you was right.
Hey, Paolo's was terrible. Man. That was an awful suit.
Oh God,
that was an awful suit.
I'm Pat, you know what? I'm gonna just tell you this right now, my boy. I love you. Don't do that. Don't do that shirt no more. Don't do that shirt no more, dog. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, this look right here. This is a smooth look for you. That look you pulled off on that thing. When I saw that, I was like, dog, come on, dog.
Hey, yeah, nah, I did. I did. Like, was getting, look
at this. Look at this. What do he got on?
Hey, that's awful.
What he got on?
No, hey, this is the thing. I'm not.
Are those pearls on his suit?
I'm not dressing to impress two dudes.
Dog, you not dressing to impress two dudes. You dressing to, and you represent yourself, the people around you, the people in your family. You gotta look good because of the people you represent, baby. It's a brand.
Hey,
you can't look like hey, listen, I love you.
I'm gonna make the jogging pants full suit a real thing out here, brother.
Dog, I will slap you into some gear. Don't worry about it. Me and you would just have to box it out because you
we're gonna have to fight there because I'm gonna tell you right now.
Sit there and represent yourself like that, boy.
Hey,
boy.
We're gonna have to fight there because I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm going for comfort.
Steph. Get your mans, bro.
Hey, we're gonna have to
your
fight
mans, bro. Where's your bro at? What brand at? We gonna have an intervention right here.
Hey, Pat know my slogan. It don't matter if the homies like it.
It don't matter if the homies like it.
Hey, who you said clown? Who you calling a clown though?
I think he's saying we clowning.
I hope that's what he meant.
If not, but no, man. Nah. Hey, listen. I dress for me. I ain't tripping on it, but I ain't worried about none of it. My lady say I look nice. That's all that matters.
Hey,
I
could care less. Hey, and 90% of my life, I guarantee, I don't care where I'm at, I will be comfortable.
Twan said no, you. Oh, he said no, you a clown. Which one?
Hey, so do y'all think they trade the pick, Portland?
Yeah, I think they should.
Black shirt. Hey, CM Twan. Nick, are you laying in the bed in your?
Okay. So,
like,
got the news from
is he talking about Keith?
Pat, we not going.
Hey, nah, I'm always down for a good fry session now. You know what I mean?
It do look like he's trying to be GQ in his little robe.
Bro,
right
that
here,
man trying to be genuine in the bed, brother.
I don't know. I hope that's not a bed pick, dog.
Hey, bro, that man.
I hope you didn't come on a guy's sports channel with that as that better not be you in the bed right now. Because on God, I don't care who you are, we will fry you to high hell right now, dog.
That man,
you could be the toughest dude in Chicago. I really don't care. Hey, we gonna fry you to high hell and make you look real stupid.
That man out
and
there
laying, you to do it.
He laying butt naked with peanut butter on his thighs in his profile picture, trying to roast. Ain't nobody talking to this man.
Hey, he the type of dude that goes swimming with his fitted cap.
What he say? But I was, hey. He said, but I would slap both of y'all.
You wouldn't make it. You wouldn't make it back. You can F up and find out.
I bet you pull back a nub.
Hey, buddy sit there buddy walk into saunas with Tim's on. Hey, he the type of dude that walk around pump faking like he got it on him, but ain't never got it on him. Like, come on, bro. Wait, hey, get off that because I'll get on that.
This man trying to type tough on the internet.
What? Like, bro. Yeah.
Y'all don't even be in Chicago. We from
what
here.
Side of town you was on? Because I
what?
What side of town? Hey,
that was.
I'm the only one that moved out the city. I ain't gonna tell you where I stay because I'm gonna get. I clearly I think you on some dumb stuff, but I can pull up on you.
Hey, I love
90% of the time
tough on the internet. I love the dudes that talk tough on the internet. Burbs.
Man,
I also love
pick
people.
Is in, by the way.
Hey, I also love people. By the way, Portland's pick in here. The pick for Portland. Wow. They went Shaden Sharp there, guard out of Kentucky.
I don't understand it.
So a little background on him. So it says that he went to Kentucky, but he never actually played. What happened was he graduated early. So he graduated early because he just wanted to get some on the court work in and a little bit of training. So he never actually played. The reason why he's been taken so high is because of the fact that he was the number one player out of his class. He just never played in college at all. But when he was in the Nike IBL, like 23 points a game, 6
So he pulled a Kyrie.
2.7 assists. Well, at least Kyrie played 9 games, dog. Kyrie played 9, dog.
I mean, you gotta think about it like this. This career is starting off real. What the heck is going on right here?
Hey, that's our buddy laying in the bed in his profile picture.
Good Lord, dog. Good Lord, dog.
Hey, dog.
Hey, at least he looked better. Hey, see, you know what? Classic black.
That's
I like
nice
it.
suit.
That's a nice blade. That's
now
a nice
here's
blade.
the.
Is it a full suit?
Hey,
no, that's the tux. He got the tux pants.
He got the tux.
That's
pants
a tux.
on.
That's a modern tux.
Hey,
I like it.
Here's
you know what I don't like? I'm not a big fan of the chain over the bow tie.
I like if you're gonna do the chain, I think you got to do the chain by itself.
Yeah, you can't do the bow tie and then at the same time, like when you do a bow tie, you don't wear the chain. You just do wrist jewelry.
I think
that's just me though.
I think this is my biggest question when it comes to this pick from Portland, right? Like, do you feel like another Jesus? He just crossed that man out his Nikes.
Hey, but who is he playing?
I have no clue. Do you feel like another guard is the answer there, right? Is that a sign that Dame Lillard might not be a part of the equation in the future?
I'm gonna tell you the truth, buddy.
Do you feel like he's gonna play the 3 here? Like, where's the breakdown where you're going Anthony Simons, you're going Dame Lillard, and you're going Shaden Sharp now? Like, is he gonna play the 3? Is he off of the bench this season?
Man,
listen.
Honestly, it's Portland, but it's been a question this whole offseason, right? Me personally, if I was Portland, I wouldn't have taken him just for the reasons that you explained. I mean, you already have Anthony Simons there. Then you turn around. I mean, you got Jeremy Grant. I mean, you've only got one basketball. Yep. You've only got one basketball. So this to me, this really just begs the question. Like, again, what is Dame gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause right now it's looking real guard heavy-ish. Like, hey kid, what they got? Guards. Like,
what they got? Guards.
Like that's legit what's going on. I don't understand the pick. I really don't.
I just always wonder why. I don't understand if you're gonna go with a guard, right? Like, does that signal that maybe there is a trade in place for Damian Lillard? They could come. Does that signal that maybe you could have something where you're trying to start a full-on rebuild, but then it brings in the question, right? Why did you go get Jeremy Grant? Right? Like, what the moves they're making right now, I'm very confused by. They don't make sense to me at this point in the draft. I mean, maybe it pans out. Maybe Shaden Sharp is able to play the 3, but I don't really see that either. I don't know. As New Orleans on the clock,
I'm lost.
New Orleans is on the clock here. I think like many people, nobody knows what's going on with Portland. Everybody's confused.
No, I'm lost. I mean, unless, but you know who's that? Sean. I'm not gonna lie to you. That could be the move. Maybe somebody seen somebody seen him play and they did their due diligence. Where this is just like, all right, we're gonna draft him if you give us back XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know outside of that.
Here's a this is the question I think that you gotta ask here. We've made it quite a few picks here, and we haven't seen one trade here. We're getting to we're at the 8th pick now, as New Orleans has the pick in. Whether they make this pick or not, let me check Twitter here to see kind of what if this pick is going to be made here. Looks like they're going Dyson Daniels as he stands on top of their draft board at number 8 per Woj. Shams confirming that New Orleans will select Dyson Daniels, number 8 overall.
Yeah.
Do you like the move there? And is this a move where you feel like this moves the Pelicans forward?
I think this moves them forward a little bit. I like it. I like his game.
Oh my God.
The what is that?
Bro,
My
that man
fault.
look like
My
a
fault.
Tin Man.
I just looked over at the suit. No, I think this moves them forward a little bit. I like his game. It's really aggressive to the basket. Knows when to cut. Plays really great off ball. The only thing that I don't like is the simple fact, with his G League stats, took four threes, only shot 25%. Only shot 25% a game. Really don't like that. If they can kind of cut that down, he does play defense. To me, extremely well. So I mean, again, but they, New Orleans has been stockpiling a couple of projects, and one of them is kind of working out as you seen with Herb Jones. So I'm actually really not that surprised in this pick.
This is the first player out of the G League that goes. He played for the Ignite last season. Really good playmaker. Has a nice little float package on him. Like you said, excellent defender. It seems like the G League draft pick kind of guys are here to stay, especially those guys that come into the draft here. Do you think playing in the G League will give them a little bit of an advantage ahead of a lot of the other guys? We got San Antonio on the clock here, ahead of a lot of the other guys that have gone in this draft.
I think it will, just simply because he's had the offseason training, and that's pretty much all he's been doing is just working on his game, knowing where to be, getting his timing down, knowing where to be defensively, learning a couple new moves offensively, and he's been getting stronger over that time too. So I think it'll all work out for him. I think he has a little bit of an advantage over most guys. So it's really a plus for him.
We're still waiting. I know a lot of people in here trying to.
Hold on.
What you got? What you see? You saying hold on now?
Oh man, come on, dog.
What?
So really, it's just saying that Casey Johnson basically just reported that the Bulls are active in both moving up and down discussions in the draft. To seeing what they like, but ain't nothing really gained traction yet. So
Well, here's the interesting thing, right? Like Bulls, if they're being active and moving up and moving down, but trying to stay in the first round, right? That means they feel that there's good depth on this in this draft, especially where they're at, and you can get similar production no matter where you go. The biggest question that you have to ask yourself there is, where are they eyeing to go in this draft? And on top of that, does that mean that they plan on making the pick? Which, if they plan on making the pick here, unless you plan on trading up and getting a more versatile draft to move for a bigger guy, you're probably planning on making the pick here. And if you're planning on making the pick, does that mean that they're out of the trade market now? We're not going to see a trade get done like has been rumored a lot today.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think that.
Hey, listen,
because the night's not over.
And they can always keep their pick. They can still make the pick and trade their pick at the same time. I mean, listen, Charlotte picked Kobe and traded him to the Lakers because Jerry wasn't one of them that bad. So I mean, hey, it's all right.
You definitely could. I'm not saying that you couldn't, right? And it could be a situation where AK's trying to gauge who wants who, and knowing, hey, if I make this pick, guess what? You're going to want to get this player real bad, and I'll be able to get something up for it. You definitely can see that situation there. But I mean, I'm not going to lie, that's kind of a tweet about nothing. he said Bulls are active in both move up and move down discussions. So they're talking about trades.
He got his Wale on that tweet.
The tweet about
nothing. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty
good. Now,
good.
mind you, San Antonio has 3 picks within the top 25. San Antonio is actually I think San Antonio is poised to make some really nice moves. So I think ultimately, if anybody's in a
Mhm.
rebuild, we know it's them. And they got a good young piece to build around in Murray. And I still think Jacopoto is a good center. He's
Yeah,
not the elite center. He may not
I
be a
think
great center as of yet, but
think
right
Jakob's
now
good.
he's probably top 20.
Jakob's good, and Jakob's what, 27, 28, something like
No,
that.
he's younger than that.
I don't think he might be. I don't know. Y'all know I'm terrible with people ages.
Yo, I ain't made a hot toddy in so long. Good lord. I think I put too much you dig in this because God,
As we're
I'm
waiting
gonna
on
be
the
all
night
right.
pick to come through.
I'm gonna be all right. One way or the other. It's
Let's
gonna be a
see.
good night.
Let me double check. Let me double check the
Whew.
Twitter verse here.
All right. So
Spurs are landing on Baylor's Jeremy Sochan with the number 9 pick. They will select Jeremy Sochan at number 9. How do you feel about that one?
I think honestly, for me, I think this is kind of a depth piece. Their night is not over because you still have the DeJounte Murray thing, and like he had said, you still got the what, the two other picks after this one. So I think some guys could still be on the move. I mean, if you think about it, I'm looking at it right now. They said he basically got a block and a steal a game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? 50, I mean, yeah, 59% from the 59% from the free throw line. But he does get you. The thing I like about this draft is that you see a lot of pieces, and like we said, these are bench pieces, but they give you a lot of rebounds. These guys are coming in, and at minimum, they're gonna contribute. So I kind of like this pick. I'm interested to see what they do because the night is not over. They still got two picks after this. And on top of that, we actually don't know what's going to happen with DeJounte Murray. So there's a lot of places that they could take it.
Here's the question, right? Do you feel like the players that we're going to see now, that we're out of the realm of the all-star level players, that we're out of the realm of the perennial all-stars, that we're getting into the realm early, albeit early, right? We're only at the 9th pick. We're still in the lottery, right? But just kind of seeing what this draft is and seeing where the NBA is right now, do you feel like we're to the point now we're talking about, these guys are going to be nice. These guys are going to be good depth pieces. These are going to be good role players on a team. But you're going to talk about this as one of the deepest drafts there has been, but not that you got a ton of superstars around, just that you got a lot of people that make up the future of the NBA in.
I
no.
mean, I think you can still find a couple in this draft. I mean, I like the guy from Kansas. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Um,
Oche
but
Abaje?
I mean, like good three shooter.
You talk about
Uh,
Oche Abaje?
Yeah, good three shooter, good size, can contribute right away. Is he gonna be a superstar? I don't know. Time will tell. But with these drafts, that's not um, you know, particularly it has a bunch of guys that we know. You can still at least find one or two diamonds in the rough that are solid, good players. Maybe even a one or a two. Like,
I
and
think
and,
we
and it
have
may be a school that it may be from a school that you ain't never heard of.
I think we also have to broaden our expectations and horizons a little bit because I think we're entering an era where the talent is so good that we're entering a more balanced league. In my opinion, you're always going to have those who are just the 1%, right? You're always going to have your LeBrons, KD, Stephs, whatever. Giannis is a freak of nature. Like, but if you really look at it, Giannis was a developed player.
Yeah, he was a developmental piece.
Kawhi Leonard is a
Now he's the
developed
best player
player.
in the world.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is a developed player. Who's another one?
Butler.
To Jimmy Butler,
Jimmy.
developed player. To me, I would say Paul George was
DeJounte
a
was.
developed player. Um, Dame Lillard, developed player. Like we have a lot of people who we really like. We knew they had it, but we didn't really know, and then they just made that leap. So it's very few people who walked in like LeBron, Carmelo, and D Wade and just carried teams. Like we don't see all of that too soon. So like very soon. Like I think Gilbert Arenas put it simply, in the NBA, it's 4 years.
Yeah.
By year 4, you start to see things take shape for a player. And so we don't know who, it's all about who has the best system for their skill set.
Well, I'll say this, right? Because I think best talent left on the board at this high that could go in the lottery right here is probably an Ochai Agbaji. Like Ringo mentioned, out of Kansas. He's a 4-year player. He probably comes into the league a little more ready than some of these other guys. Of course, like you said, your 1%, your Pablos might be able to come in, make an immediate impact. Chet probably comes in, makes an immediate impact. But if you're talking about, right, like some of these guys that you're going to take a little bit later in the draft, and I mean, really still in high pick potential, you're talking about guys that have been in the college game a little bit longer, especially with what we're seeing at the G League. Do we think that that's going to become possibly the norm where, yeah, some of these guys are going to be there a little bit longer because they're going to be trying to figure out their body and teams are going to be taking these guys a little bit higher?
Well, let's talk about this. Washington is on the clock now. We have a lot of interesting things going on with Washington. 2 teams coming up. Washington, New York, coming up right now. 2 teams who absolutely are in a bind. By the way, Bradley Beal potentially testing free agency.
We got him. By the way, Wizards are focused on getting their young point guard, Wisconsin's Johnny Davis. Sources tell ESPN, and I believe Shams does confirm it. Washington will select, per sources, Johnny Davis at 10. So they went point guard there. Takes the ball out of Beal's hand, possibly, if you feel like he's your PG of the future. Is that enough to get a Bradley Beal back in Washington?
No. Bradley Beal is out of there. And he should be.
I'm not mad at it.
I mean,
I'm not mad at Bradley Beal getting out of there, right? Like, what does that say for your team now, though, if you're the Washington Wizards, right? Like, I think the question mark comes in, right? Like, now, if you're talking about a team with no Beal, you got Porzingis and you've got Kyle Kuzma. And you've got this young point guard of the future. What does that say for the Washington?
So basically, just a little backstory on him. So basically, that's 20 a game. Like I said, again, I'm going to keep harping on this all night because this is something that kid got on P. Will for. Another great rebounder. He doesn't really have too many assists, but at the same time he can put the ball on the floor, get to the basket, rebounds very, very well. I think for me this kind of tells me that Brad might be out of the way just because of the simple fact, if you look at the way the team is trending, I mean, you see, like you said, Porzingis, Kuzma. Then after that, I mean, they still got the guy that kid wanted to draft. What's the
Denny Avdija.
Yeah. They still got Avdija. So it's kind of like that. They're kind of, you see them moving in that direction right now. And like I said, I think the interview that Bradley Beal gave with Taylor Rooks told you a lot about what he's trying to do. So I think he's going to be out of there soon. So this kind of starts the rebuilding process for the Wizards right now as we speak.
Let's get some of these questions in the chat, man. We got some good questions in the chat here. This is from Just Call Me ID. Would y'all rather draft a big man or get a vet big man? I think he's talking about the Bulls in this situation here. Would you rather draft a big or get a veteran big? If you're drafting a big, you're talking about, depending on who falls in this, but possibly an EJ Liddell, Tari Eason, a Walker Kessler who's continuing to be on the board and kind of falling a little bit here later. Or would you rather go out and I mean, it seems like New York's going to offer Mitchell Robinson the bag there. So you've still got that mid-level exception to try and sign you a big. What do you think?
That big.
To me, I'm looking at if it's not EJ Liddell or Walker Kessler, I don't want it. I'm gonna be honest with you. EJ Liddell or Walker Kessler, if it's not them, I don't want it.
The Warriors were the first team I've seen in a very long time take rookies or very young players as far as they did, and they didn't do it with a young big at all.
They didn't do it with any big, basically.
They didn't do it with any big. They also,
they won an NBA championship with no big man. Let's be real.
Well, no, Kevon Looney showed up. He did.
Kevin Looney is they big.
Kevon, he showed up for real. And then not DeMar.
But ain't he 6'9"? He's 6'9", 6'10", ain't he?
Yeah, but
what's like? Come on now, what's position in the NBA?
Oh, I get you. I'm just saying they didn't really go with like a big. Like Draymond's a little bit shorter than Kevon Looney by like that much.
Hey, listen. I've always said this. Two teams that messed up their roster when they got rid of their bigs. Warriors when they got rid of JaVale McGee, and ironically, the Lakers when they got rid of JaVale McGee. Because for some odd reason, Frank Vogel didn't realize I had JaVale McGee, I had Dwight Howard, I had freaking what's the other dude's name? He had all the old school bigs that
he had Marcus
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah,
DeAndre Jordan. Like, and he didn't play none of them with Anthony Davis for a consistent amount of time, and they wonder why they lost. Like, dude, what?
Keep doing that. If you give me more minutes, I can.
Hey,
that was the coldest line ever.
That was the coldest line ever. He said if they give me more minutes, what the heck? Let's see.
Is he wearing a brooch? That, you know what? I'll be honest with you. He is wearing a brooch.
On what? On his suit?
Yeah, Johnny Davis is wearing a brooch. That's not a lapel pin. That's a brooch. But it can be a very unisex thing. I'm actually really into the flare. That was a subdued flare, and I kind of dig it. He had a very understated look, and so I kind of dig that. I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of the color, but it kind of matched his vibe. So
I gotta go back now and see it. I like the suit.
I don't think the suit was bad. I thought the brooch was. I thought it was tastefully done.
Where's the
New York pick is in, and they will pick. I can't even pronounce that name. Go ahead and knock that out, dog.
Hold on. Oh, that's not good. That means I think it's the guy I think it is.
Yep.
Ojabi?
No. Asumain Dieng.
Or Dang. It could be just Dang.
No, that's Dieng. I think he's related to Buddy from whatchamacallit. From the Timberwolves, ain't he?
Is he?
Am I kid? What's New York got a lot of?
Forwards. Nothing but forwards. Nothing but forwards. Y'all don't believe me? Watch this. Nope. I want this moment. I've been waiting for this moment. This is my time to shine. Hold on.
Zoom it in. Go ahead, zoom it in.
Hold on. I ain't gonna zoom it in.
I'm gonna let Kid take this one.
I'm gonna pull up the roster. Y'all don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand. I feel bad. I feel so bad for D Rose. I feel so bad for that boy. Hold on. Time out. Y'all ready for this? Y'all tell me where the guards are. We got Julius Randle, Cam Reddish.
Hey. Julius thinks he's a guard, okay?
Deron Hunt.
Mitchell Robinson, RJ
Evan
Barrett.
Fournier, who is 6'6". They say he's a 2-guard. I don't believe you're a 2-guard. They play that man at the 3 all the time. Alec Burke is a 2-guard. RJ Barrett ain't no goddamn 2-guard. He a forward.
He's actually a point guard, but yeah.
No, RJ Barrett is a forward that they let play the 2-guard. He a forward.
Obi Toppin.
That's why he looks so awkward at his position.
Obi Toppin. Nah, he's played point guard his whole life.
Boy. I'm gonna let you know this right now. Emmanuel Quickly is a 2-guard on that roster.
Well,
tell me Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett play the same position.
No, Emmanuel Quickly or RJ Barrett is a point guard. He's not the 2-guard.
RJ Barrett is not the point guard.
RJ Barrett is the point guard on that team.
He's not the point guard on that team. He's never been listed as the point guard on the Knicks. Never. He's never been listed as a. Now listen,
what
he
does
bring
he
the ball
play?
Up. He may bring the ball up. I'm good with that. If that's your argument, you got it.
Hey, listen. All right. Ben Simmons a center then. hey, he should be.
But
Oh
Barrett is
snap!
3.
Hey, hold on though, hold on. Hey, so Woj just reported
What we
the
got?
Knicks are trading the 11th pick to OKC, and then
I see it. Okay.
So then that's
That made me
where
feel a
Dame
little
going.
better. I'm not
I'm
gonna lie
not
to
even
you.
gonna pretend I know that first name.
Hey, hey, I'm gonna go back and hear how what's his name said it.
But the Thunder will send multiple first round picks.
Usman. Never would have got that. Usman Jang. He is going to OKC apparently per Shams and per Woj here. Thunder will send multiple first round picks per sources. So does that mean that we're talking about the Knicks? wait. So they willing to send you multiple first round picks for this kid, and you didn't think in your mind, hey, maybe he's pretty good, because they got a whole bunch of first round picks over there. So they just give it
Knicks
them
are in
away.
rebuild mode.
Are they though? That's the question with the Knicks, bro. Like it's like if you're in rebuild mode, you trade the veterans that you have away, and you keep this young man.
It's a sucker born every day. And
OKC
ain't got nothing. OKC got 38.
Plus, I told you a fool is born once every day.
OKC got 38 picks between now and 2027. 38 picks, 19 in the first round, 19 in the second round. Really, they playing with house money. If they send multiple could be 2. They send 2 first round picks because they like this guy. Oh well, they got what 16, 17 more.
Yeah, but the question is there, right? Like, are you actually in rebuild mode? Are you in kind of retool mode? What are the Knicks even doing at this point, right? Because listen, a year ago, like they might in their mindset, they might say a year ago we were in the playoffs. We need to run it back and just put better players on the floor.
What's funny is, guess who picks next?
OKC. Now, was it this pick? Was it this year's pick, or was this a future pick?
Now that I don't know. That news ain't hit me yet.
It don't say.
That news is that's new news. That's new news right there. But I tell you what. I don't want to be Stephen A. You know what? I kind of had my feel of Stephen A. as of late. Stephen A. go on some long tangents and rants about players I don't really rock with. So
you just said a week ago you wanted to be Stephen A.
I like the good Stephen A., not the bad one.
Hey man, I don't know.
You know what the good one is? The good one is the one that was on that couch talking some real game.
He does a job where his job is to go at players, and then people have a problem when he goes at players. Long as it's about what they play on the court, I ain't got nothing to say about it. What he said about Kyrie last time, warranted. Ain't no way you walk into that boardroom and say, hey, y'all gonna pay me what I want to be paid, and I'll show up when I show up.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. I agree with that. I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. If I was Brooklyn, I'd have looked at Buddy and been like, you serious? You serious? COVID aside, you serious, right?
I think the deal that they came up with was a good deal. They gave him 2 years guarantee. I like it. 2 years, a 4-year deal, 2 years guarantee. I like it. That's a good deal. That's a good deal.
For who?
For Kyrie. He wants a fully guaranteed one, which he's not going to get. No team is going to give him that. No team's going to give him that unless he's going to a team.
I actually got a video about that on my TikTok. Y'all go follow me on TikTok.
Is the second year of that deal a team option?
Say that again.
I said, is the second year of that deal a team option? Every year after year one, got to be a team option for me.
That's you know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. That don't make sense because it works 2 ways. When he's you have to look at it this way. When he's available, he's better than 90% of the league. There's a very short list of guards better than Kyrie.
Yeah, but the problem was when he was available this season and in the playoffs and ready to go,
So
they didn't have a chemistry because of his unavailability throughout most of the season.
And here's the part where you have to think of as an organization. Half of that is your fault.
No, the Nets messed it up for sure.
At this point,
but no, for me,
we can't walk in and be like the Nets can't walk in and talk tough when like realistically half of this is also your problem too because I was available
because I
was available. You didn't let me play.
Yeah, because they told him stay home.
So at this point, you can't sit there and be like, oh no, Nets, like we're gonna meet halfway on it. And I think them guaranteeing 2 years was them meeting him halfway. So
I don't think they've guaranteed him nothing yet, have they?
The deal I heard was 4 years, 2 years guaranteed, 96 million. It was 192 million contract.
He might be getting traded tonight from last I heard.
Hey, if it don't work out, it don't work out. But the one thing I don't like.
Here we go. By the way, as we got OKC on the clock here, it looks like the pick is in. We got Jalen Williams going to OKC at 12 here. So OKC getting what they need in the draft here, rebuilding this team completely. What do you think about a Jalen Williams going to OKC, Ringo?
Yeah. Again, basically just stockpiling picks, trying to see what works, what doesn't. You turn around. I mean, if you look at it, like he said, I mean, 38 picks until 2027, like you said. They basically unloading the clip. Like it's about to be a lot of trial and error with what's going on. But like I said, they got the nucleus to me already in place. So that right now, these are just either filler picks or we're going to see what works. And if it doesn't, hey, we can just keep trying.
This is an interesting breakdown here, especially with what OKC is doing and kind of the players that are still left on the board. And the first trade we got was the Knicks sending a pick, 4 picks here. Do you guys think that we're going to get a player moved in this draft, or at least in the first round here that we thought was going to be moved? There was rumors on Kyrie. There was rumors on Gobert. There was rumors on John Collins, rumors late on DeJounte Murray. Do you think that we get a player moved here? Jalen Williams looked like he looked bad.
I think all the moves are going to be made after the draft.
Hey, real quick, some stats on him. He is a junior, so 3-year guy. 18 a game. Shot 40% from 3 this past season with 80% from the line. And again, looks like he plays really great defense. Looks like another strong piece that they probably got coming off of the bench, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Man, I think Jalen Williams coming off of the bench, 18-4 at Santa Clara, has the ability to shoot the 3-ball nice in the pick and roll. You think he's a bench piece for them?
No, yeah, definitely.
The Detroit jokes fading by the minute. Hey, Don, I gave you your props.
I think the 5 is already set for them.
Don Bird, them Detroit jokes fading by the minute. Not at all, Don Bird. Jokes will live forever. Don, hey, Don, y'all still won 23 games last year. There's still a lot to joke about. Hey, y'all won 23 games with your first round pick last year, brother.
I'll say this. Now. We've had Zach for like how many years and didn't even make the playoffs till last season?
Hey, but we made the playoffs, didn't we?
I mean, it's a process.
Hey, you made the playoffs. It's a process.
It's a process. I don't have any jokes about Detroit because
Zach also didn't have a Jeremy Grant standing next to him. No, you probably won a few more games with Zach and Jeremy Grant.
I don't have any jokes for Detroit basketball wise because in basketball, it can change a lot quicker than football, in my opinion.
Now I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't shock me a bit.
Football is literally a sport where teams can go from worst to first in a season.
But nobody wants to go to Detroit. But in basketball,
don't nobody want to go to Detroit in basketball. Who they been getting?
In basketball, you can literally get a young team, and with the right coach, you could be sitting there as the 8th seed about to put the 1st seed out. We almost saw OKC do it to Houston.
Hey,
Was it the 7th seed versus the 2nd?
hey, look, almost.
But that one series right there is why y'all talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Is like he's supposed to be up, and it's like he looking real young Andrew Wiggish right now. So,
I mean, I would agree, but at the same time, right? Like young Andrew Wiggins.
I'll be honest with you, I don't have faith that he's gonna take a leap. I think Shai is exactly where he is. Shai, I think. He's
even if he's the thing is, right? Even if he's exactly who he is, that's still a really good player in the NBA.
I mean, he's a really good player on a bad team, and that matters. That does matter.
Hey, it's like I always say, who gonna tell me no?
I can't remember the last time an 8th seed beat the number 1 seed. Then you ain't watch sports.
8th seed. The last time an 8th seed beat the number 1 seed, Golden State.
Basketball?
Golden State.
Nuggets, right?
No.
Nugget. Yeah, Nuggets.
No, Nuggets.
It was Nuggets.
Is that after? Yeah, that is after.
It was
that's before Golden State, right? Am I tweaking?
No, it was Nuggets, dog.
It wasn't Nuggets.
Baron Davis.
Nah, dog, man.
Warriors upset.
I'm sitting up here trying to do a
draft. He dunked on AK-47. That was Utah.
They upset Utah.
That's Utah.
Oh,
was it Mavs? Oh, it was Warriors Mavs. It was Mavs. No.
But I don't.
No.
Look it up. Who's right? Better drink on it right now.
But guess what? It wasn't Denver. I'll tell you that much. I know for a fact that
Denver did upset somebody, but I don't think it was 8-1. I don't think it was 8-1. As Charlotte on the clock here, by the way.
And by the way, like I don't have to go through all that. Did you see how balanced the league is now?
Yeah, it's a very different NBA as well. It's a very different NBA as well.
Was it Mavs AFC?
What do we got here? Charlotte
at
13.
Thank you. I was right.
You don't say thank you.
Exactly, because I know I'm not tripping. 8 seed beat the 1 seed. Nuggets over the Supersonics 1994.
Dog, it happened in the 2000s. What are you talking about?
2000.
You said AC be the 1 seed.
The last time that it happened. Get out of here, bro.
Hey,
I'm about to call. Hold on.
Hey, kid, I told you it happened, man. It happened back in 1956. The Philadelphia Lakers versus the Denver Mud Hens. Like, get out of here, bro. Hey, Charlotte's pick is in per Shams. They're gonna be taking Jalen Duren at number 13. Ringo, what's your breakdown on a Jalen Duren?
Man, changed the whole conversation. Thought he was smooth with it.
I got to recover.
Getting away with something. Look at that. He tried to change the whole. This is how you pivot. Look at this.
Bro, that man said Dallas. He said 1994, bro.
All right, man, tell you what. Hey, Steph. All right, without looking down, because you're gonna cheat. Who was on that team?
What the Denver team in 1994?
Any of them, both of them. Name 3 players.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
Was Baron Davis on either one of them teams?
Are you talking about B-Dot?
And now he's switching again.
Look at him. Anyway, Jalen Duren goes to Charlotte at 13. I don't know what Mike doing. Mike know what he's doing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
What you think about Jalen Duren on Charlotte, Ringo? How you feeling?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, I'm not.
I'm trying to get to number 18. What can we fast forward?
No, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm happy they live in a dream. I'm sorry, but I don't care about that.
Hold on. I got you, Ringo. There we go. Go ahead, break that down.
Dog. Okay, so basically, like they basically needed a big, a rim protecting big. I thought, in my opinion, they were gonna go Walker Kessler, but if you look at his numbers, 12 and 8 in college, basically 2 blocks a game. So this works out for them. This basically gives LaMelo another live threat. I'm kind of surprised that they're not. I don't know if they got any other picks, but I would like them to try to get a couple more shooters. But that's just me.
Yeah, I thought what they really needed last season. Like, listen, I agree that they needed rebounding help, but LaMelo made a lot of pretty passes to guys that did not knock down shots, including Bridges. So I look at that as a very to me kind of a very different situation. You could have seen them go a lot further in the playoffs if you had guys that could knock down the 3-ball. I feel the same way about the Chicago Bulls when it came down to it in the playoffs last season. You could have seen, I think the Bulls legitimately get out of the first round versus the world champions if they could have knocked down the 3-ball, because they literally said, hey, take it. So like you've got to be able to knock down shots. I think the rebounding is important as well, but your rebounding comes in a lot more when you're missing a whole lot of shots and you can't get the rebound.
Oh, okay.
Now we got a
we
trade
some
on the
moves.
board here.
Uh-oh.
Hornets trading Jalen Duren to the Knicks. Hey, kid, what did the Knicks got?
They still got him, bro. They still got him, bro.
Hey, but wait a minute though. This clears the way for Mitchell Robinson.
Wait. Now hold on. Now I missed this. Jalen Duren is being rerouted to Detroit here.
Oh, what?
Per Jake Fisher, Jalen Duren is going to the Pistons.
All right, listen, I'm not gonna put nothing on this ticker until we figure it out.
Okay. Okay.
The Pistons
Let
are
me know what's
acquiring
going on, so I
Jalen
know what to
Duren
like.
at number 13 in trade. Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Okay, well, I still got Jalen Duren to the Knicks, and I got Cleveland taking Auchi. I can't pronounce this. Agbada,
Abaje?
whatever his
Hey,
name is.
that's tough. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Whatever it is.
That's tough.
Shout out to my man AOA. How about that?
I do have not. Yeah, dog. I'm getting multiples here. Shams is saying Duren to the Knicks.
Shams is saying to the Knicks.
Fisher is saying to the Knicks. Hold on now. We got to figure this out now. What's going on here? Woj, what you got for me, my boy? We got a little snafu right here. Woj still has Pistons are acquiring Jalen Duren.
I'm going to sit here and just move on to the 14th pick on the ticker until we figure that part out.
So, basically, Cleveland is going to draft Ochai Abaje.
That's why Pat does this.
I'm trying to figure out where the heck Jalen Duren's going, bro. Like we got.
Yeah, so basically the thing that I like about this dude, and the reason why I think he's gonna fit so well with the Cavs, great shooter in my opinion. 19 a game when he was at Kansas. Plays the passing lane. Not consistently enough, but he's very underrated in my opinion. Shot 40% from 41% from 3 this past season. So that's definitely something that they needed to definitely go along with the Karis LeVert and
just saying Knicks have acquired Jalen Duren and moved him with Kemba Walker to the Pistons.
Wow. So Woj won the fight. All right, Woj. I like it.
Hey, well,
Shams,
Eli, there goes your veteran that was moved.
He out of there. Shams had to clean that up. Knicks acquired Jalen Duren and moved him with Kemba Walker to the Pistons. For what, though? Hey, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. We're getting trades out of here that I don't think I've seen in an NBA draft before. I don't think I've seen the multi-team trade on one dude on draft night. Hey, Don Bird, you still in here? I'll give you that one. That's a good move. I don't know what y'all gave away, but you didn't have much, so it can't be much.
So what y'all think about Aiden going to the Pistons now, though?
Yeah, I don't know if Ayton is going to be maybe that's a move because Ayton's not going to be going to the Pistons, right? Like that's kind of what I would think. Like, why would you have Jalen Duren unless you plan on having him as the backup? And Isaiah Stewart's not a factor there. As we got the pick in on Cleveland. Oh, we knew that already.
And now that Ogunjobi is going to Cleveland, is there still room for DeJounte Murray though?
No, but I think it also means that Karis LeVert's getting the heck out of there.
I actually like Karis LeVert. He just didn't fit there.
I like Karis. I know. I agree. I think Karis LeVert's a good player. He's just not an off-ball guard. He needs the ball in his hand to make something happen. And that's okay. There's some guards that are like that in the NBA. Guess what? Derrick Rose needed the ball in his hand to make something happen. He was the point guard.
LeVert is a bucket.
You said what?
Karis LeVert is a bucket. That man gave us like 46.
Doing what?
Hey, that was the game.
Yeah.
Man, watch. He was like, hey, so
nobody putting the ball in his hand.
This man getting 30 by half. We was legitimately looking like this man getting 30 by half. Because
no, I agree with y'all. He was cooking us, but he was cooking us with the ball in his hand.
Oh no, that's a fact.
What nobody because what's his name was hurt. Wasn't who did they still had Brogdon at that?
Nah, Brogdon was hurt.
Brogdon was hurt.
Situations matter. And that's a kid who I've always said in the right situation will cook. And so he needs to be on the team that's gonna let him cook.
Yeah, he need you know where he need to be, and they're not gonna go get him. He needs to be in Orlando.
No, they got too many guards.
Yeah, but they need one that's actually going to be able to put the ball in the bucket. That's the difference.
Cole Anthony is actually real nice. I like Cole Anthony. You can't Cole Anthony. He and Cole Anthony got a similar game.
So here's the thing. Pistons are sending the 2025 first-round pick via Milwaukee in the Duren trade. Sources tell ESPN Detroit just got that pick from Portland in the Jeremy Grant deal yesterday. That's a heck of a flip.
Wait, so did Charlotte actually have 15?
I get the pack from this in. I break it down. I don't even have to break it down. I just sell it home.
No, you know why? Hey, that's a heck of a flip. You know why? First off, the pick's top 4 protected. Second off, are the Bucks gonna suck in 3 years?
No.
Like, unless it's one of those seasons where there's like the random injury. Like at this point, I'm looking at that draft pick and I'm saying, that's not a pick that's going to turn into a high draft pick for me in the first round. It's an extra pick in the first round, but
Patrick is the future.
I am the future. Thank you. I'm also the past, sometimes the present.
Oh, they're talking about P. Will, but I got you. I like that flip right there. I like that flip. Haha, see what you did there.
Stacking and flipping.
I'm going to tell you this right now. P. Will is not the future of the Bulls. Could we stop talking about someone else being the future of the Bulls, please? Y'all gotta stop having wishful thinking. Like, if EJ Liddell was drafted, he's the future of the Bulls by your metric. I mean, like, he's a better talent at the forward position. Like, already. Like let's be clear. Like, the future of the Bulls is the guy we're finna give $200 million in 5 years to. That's the future. Like, clearly. In fact, Zach is so young, he could get 2 max deals from the Bulls if he stays, if you think about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Use your common sense.
Yeah, but Pat can reach his potential playing with 2 ball dominant. Pat can't reach his potential playing with 2 ball dominant wings.
I absolutely believe that, though. No, seriously. Like, if you all believe that Patrick Williams is the next Kawhi, he's not going to be able to do it on the Bulls.
I mean, Kawhi did it on a team with 3 Hall of Famers.
I don't know.
Kawhi did it on a team with
Kawhi, but I do believe
that he absolutely helped.
He's going to be a top perimeter defender in this league.
Ginobili was not the same Ginobili, and Tony Parker was not the same Tony Parker at all. Them boys was old and tired, and they even say so themselves. Kawhi came at the right time.
But Kawhi Leonard developed while playing on a team while they still were really good.
You're just gonna argue to be arguing for something that the players themselves have already said. It's not even the same.
You're talking about their second championship run when Kawhi was the number 1 on that team. I'm talking about him developing.
Talking about those Spurs' 5th championship run.
You're talking about their second run with Kawhi.
I get you.
My point is saying that Kawhi developed on that team while those players still were able to win a championship. being the age-tired players, whatever, and Kawhi wasn't the number one on that team by any means. Tim
Kawhi
Duncan
didn't become Kawhi until he left. Kawhi was the defensive clamp on the Spurs, but he left, and now he's the 28-point player a game. He was 18 points a game with the Spurs.
My only argument with that is
the
that he
statement
started to
was
show that
he
right
didn't
before he
develop on the
left.
Spurs.
What did he average on the Spurs?
His last season,
The last season, he was
averaged like
starting to
18 points a game and went to the NBA Finals.
Okay. Hey, listen. Put that in context.
Kawhi's last season, Kawhi's last season, he averaged 21, 6, and 2.
21, 6, and 2?
I ain't even gonna lie. I want the
And
Hornets.
who took less shots?
Yeah, but the statement was that he can't develop on that team.
Because Ginobili was not the same guard as DeMar. And the other dude, Tony Parker, was not the same guard as Zach LaVine, who both are 25 points a game. It was not the same.
Mark Williams going to Charlotte here, by the way, with the 15th pick. Now that makes more sense.
I'm not mad at it.
That makes more sense at all. Jalen Duren kind of confused me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mark Williams makes more sense.
Well, not really. It was on par with what they needed.
That I didn't know.
So the Duren pick was on par with what they needed because they needed a rim protector.
Got another one, so they got two.
No, they traded Duren. Remember?
Oh yeah, they traded.
I'm saying, but I just didn't think they was gonna get rid of.
AK is sleeping. Everyone keeps talking about EJ Liddell,
but
it's going to the Bulls. So how's AK sleeping, dog?
Yeah, I know.
I think that y'all want it's still on the board.
No, I think there's some people in here that felt like AK was going to make a blockbuster trade. I did as well. I thought we were going to have a big trade by now, but y'all understand, right? Like trades, especially how we've seen them in this draft, the trades have happened after the pick has been made.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's wait till the pick comes, and then let's wait till the pick goes, and then we can say we missed.
Yeah. With the 18th pick in the draft, the Chicago Bulls take Larry Markkanen's brother, Sorry Markkanen. Dang it, we missed.
Oh,
let's wait till the pick gets here before we say we missed you. Over 200 in the check.
I'm gonna give up on a pick before next season. No, if we get EJ Liddell, I think he's a great talent.
Yeah, but EJ Liddell's Bobby Portis.
I want them.
Hey, listen, did you see Bobby Portis last season?
Well, no,
I would have loved to have Bobby Portis last season.
No, I did. EJ Liddell's exactly what the Bulls need, right? Like I like EJ Liddell in a Bulls uniform. I think he's exactly what the Bulls could use coming off of the bench. But right, like the reason that you can trade Bobby Portis, the reason that you could trade Daniel Gafford, the reason that you can trade Taj Gibson is because you can go in the draft if you got a smart front office in following seasons and find that guy. We've continued to find that guy. That's the best guy the Bulls find. I guarantee you, I'm more confident in the Chicago Bulls picking 18 than I've been about any top 10 pick we've ever had. The Bulls always find a great role player. I got 36 inches of bullhead back here, built on great role players and Michael Jordan.
I made a personal bet to myself that it was going to be an hour until you said it, and I was just about right.
You said what?
I bet think myself. We see Walker Kessler go here.
I bet myself, you would say that within the first hour, and I was slightly off, but you said it. 36 inches of bullhead came up.
Oh, yeah, 36 inches of bullhead going to come up, brother. Come on now. Do I need to put the camera on it?
Please don't.
You gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe to the OnlyFans to get the 36 inches of bullhead.
We're coming up on it fast, though. I'll tell you this much. We are at 16. Are we at 16?
We are at 16 right here.
16. Hey, listen. It's
sources tell Shams, and it looks like Woj as well. Atlanta will pick AJ Griffin at number 16. So a lot of the guys that the Bulls have been talking about going to get still on the board for the Bulls here.
I don't get it.
Walker Kessler, EJ Liddell, Tari Eason, all of those names that we brought up. Ochai Agbaji is off the board. I thought that would have been a good one. Excuse me, in a Bulls uniform. But a lot of the players that we said the Bulls could go after in this position are still on the board here. And you know why? Because they've fallen in the draft due to age. Ochai fell because it took him 4 years to develop into that player, not because he's actually not because he's a bad player.
This is
how come we miss Duren? Duren is greater than Liddell because Duren went in the top 15, unless we were going to trade up in the pick, right? Like, and the teams probably didn't want Kobe White in 18 that went ahead of us. What would Detroit do with Kobe White in 18? Now here's a tough one, right? We might miss out on Tari. Per Adrian Wojnarowski, Rockets are focused on LSU's Tari Eason at 17. We might miss on him at 1 pick. So as we're coming up on this, do you feel like the Chicago Bulls are going to trade the pick, make the pick, then trade the pick, or we've got a new Chicago Bull coming in the draft this season?
You know what? I'm going to say this. This is my personal opinion. I think we draft EJ Liddell. We trade Patrick Williams with Vooch for Rudy Gobert.
I wouldn't be surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised by that.
I think that's the only reason you take EJ Liddell. They play a very similar position. He gives you a big body to put next to a Rudy Gobert. He seems to be a scoring threat. You see how well that translates into the NBA, but he seems ready. I mean, he's 6. He's the same height. He's a little bigger.
21 years old already. He's already got a lot of time. And same with Tari Eason is what? Tari Eason's younger. If that pick indeed does get made,
we've seen what. I think we're seeing the resurgence of people who stay in college a little longer. They come in a little better prepared. Look at Ayo. Ayo's been killing. So I think that works in his favor. Hopefully that does. But
I think that this could be.
I mean, you all got to think about it. Why wouldn't you do that though? Like,
I think this could be the draft that changes the mold of what the NBA is, right? Because you saw a G League player go high, top 10. You saw a lot of young guys go right, but you saw some guys that I think are going to make a much quicker impact on teams. They're all going later. Tari Eason, Ochai Agbaji goes to Cleveland. You're going to see EJ Liddell go later. I think these are guys that make instant impacts in the NBA right away. Walker Kessler. These are going to be guys that are quickly going to make an impact on a team. And you're going to see teams next year in the draft and following down start to look at guys that have been at college a little bit longer and said, hey, he knows how his body works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get an 18-year-old kid and all of a sudden his body changes completely because he doesn't know how his body works. He plays a completely different basketball game now.
Patrick can play the 3. DeMar would play your 3. Zach would play your 2. And you would have Ayo Alonso as your point. Everyone keeps forgetting that.
Keep both Liddell and Patrick. If you draft P-Will's coming off, or Liddell's coming off of the bench.
Yeah,
Liddell's
but if you trade P-Will, if you draft Liddell, you would put him at the 4. You would keep Vooch at the 5, and you would play P-Will at the 3. Then who do you start in the other 2 positions?
Liddell doesn't start. Liddell's coming off of the bench.
I'm just saying, if you have him in the lineup.
If you have him in the starting lineup, Zach's your starter, but you probably moving DeMar.
You probably moving DeMar to the 2 or to the 3, right? So then
probably, yeah. But I wouldn't. But I wouldn't put him in the starting lineup.
Hey, if Liddell can go and he's ready, you let him go. You let him go. There's no need to do that. You all want Patrick to go. You let him go. And Billy has done a good job coaching up young talent. If EJ is what y'all say,
why would EJ just get inserted into the starting lineup?
Because we don't have a 4.
EJ's the same size as Patrick Williams. He's got the same measurables.
He's bigger physically.
He's not.
He is physically bigger.
He's not.
He is.
How?
I just looked at him.
I just looked at him one
Just look
time.
at him.
I knew.
He's physically bigger.
None of the weight, length of arms, and height. I just looked at him.
How much do you think Patrick Williams weighs?
P. Will, what? Probably 230-ish?
They got him listed at 215. EJ Liddell's listed at 240.
EJ Liddell's bigger.
He's bigger. Like he's a. I mean, they're roughly the same height, but he's more. He has more body.
EJ Liddell's strong as heck too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He's bigger.
EJ Liddell is strong as heck. P. Will is strong as heck too. Like they both kind of got that same thing where like if you try to drive past them and they get a hold of the ball, like you'll just stop.
And
have you ever had somebody do that to you, by the way? Have you ever had like you driving and somebody just like clearly played at a higher level than you got to, and they just grabbed the ball like a grown man?
Yeah. Anytime I play against the football players who decided to for some odd reason.
I'm not saying that they threw a shoulder into you as well.
No, we played against man, he played for the Bears too. What is his name? He was an export.
Adrian Peterson?
No. I wouldn't know AP.
No, it's a different AP. The other AP.
The
Bears had an Adrian Peterson that
played Dreads.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
It was him. Buddy was strong as heck.
Hey, bro, we played against him at Gold's Gym, bro. We played against him and Devin Hester. Bro, that man was doing stupid
Never
stuff.
played against Devin Hester.
Devin Hester cold. Devin Hester cold, but I remember leaving there and I left there and I was like, I'm glad you're an athlete.
Oh, yeah, because how he talk?
Yeah, how he talk. I was like, I'm glad you're an athlete, bro.
But let's step back for a second. So yeah, he's 25 pounds heavier. He was a proven scorer. He's in college.
Hey, hold on, Kevin. You gotta relax, brother. He said Liddell's thicker.
Hey, I was gonna say something about that because I was like, "Hey, bro, you can't."
I'm gonna let you have it.
Hey, Kevin, come on now, brother.
I mean, he's not wrong, but
hey, bro, come on now. Hey, that's like AD the other day, bro. Y'all know how to phrase these words, man.
Hey, dog, that was I'm still baffled by that, bro.
But like seriously though, like I'm not sitting here wishing we trade P. Will. I just don't get the whole why you all value. Like, it's not saying he's a bad player. It's like we need a Rudy Gobert for defensive and interior.
Well, I think the difference is right. Like, I would rather have. I wouldn't move P. Will in that situation of a Rudy Gobert because I don't want the Bulls to treat Rudy Gobert the way that Atlanta would have treated Rudy Gobert, the way that Utah treated Rudy Gobert, where the defensive system is, hey, Rudy, make sure you get that. Appreciate you. Because that's really why Rudy Gobert, everybody's like, he struggled for this reason. He struggled for this reason. He struggled because he was the only player that could play defense on that team. And they didn't go to him offensively.
No, they didn't. Easton goes to Houston at 17, by the way. We missed that one. And Bulls are officially on the clock. So we're going to get that part.
Bulls are on the clock here. So what do? I'm excited. Here we go, C-Red.
This is why we're here.
Let's have a day, boys.
This is why we're here.
Come on, AK. And
Walker Kessler, bro.
I wouldn't be mad at a Walker Kessler.
Walker Kessler, bro.
I wouldn't
remind me who he is again.
Walker Kessler is basically probably one of the best defenders in the draft. He really reminds the dude I did the draft breakdown on first, the white guy that I said reminds me of Jaren Jackson defense.
Well, I'll tell you what. I hope you all like it because Dalen Terry at number 18 is who the Bulls pick.
Where you seeing that at?
Shams reported it 6 seconds ago.
Dalen Terry at 18.
Okay. So help me understand.
That to me seems like a trade piece.
But isn't it like you can't trade him for another 30?
No, you could trade him right now. You just had to make the pick.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
That seems like a trade piece.
Hey, renewable. Clap it up.
Hey, clap it up.
Clap it up. Yeah. Who's that?
Bro.
Nah, DePaul.
Is that buddy from DePaul?
That's Buddy from the Paw. That's Buddy from the Paw.
All right. So, Dalen
39% from three.
Mm-hmm.
6 foot though. 6 foot.
See another
he's
guard.
No,
Guard.
He's 6'7".
Guard.
He's 6'7". He's 6'7", 195 pounds.
He's 6'7", 195.
Wait, is we? You said Jalen Terry, right?
Dalen Terry, bro. So this is Buddy. He's out of Hillcrest Prep.
What?
First of all, who is this in his green suit?
Bro, I don't know.
Why?
That's gotta be
dressed like the Riddler. What are we doing?
Bro, that's gotta be a trade piece, right?
Hey, listen, I'll say this. Anyone in the chat, if you got the lowdown on who he is, let me know. By the way, I was looking at the Houston's pick.
I mean, he played at Arizona.
I was looking at the Houston's pick in his green suit he had on. I don't know what Buddy is. But the Bulls picked Dalen Terry.
I'm swinging, bro.
I'm just
bro. I don't know who you were looking at.
The pick is so good.
It is a dude named.
Hey, listen, bro. We missed it by that much.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. If there's not a trade here,
I'm gonna be honest with you,
I'm upset.
We could have had EJ Liddell and we didn't do what?
Now it doesn't mean that the Bulls are done. Bulls could still move back and get another pick, but
move back from what, Pat?
Well, you could still trade Kobe White and get a pick or something like that, later pick or something like that. There's still moves that the Bulls can make. But
why is EJ Liddell dropping so fast?
Because he's 21.
So they're gonna make the same mistake they did with Ayo, huh?
Yeah.
I don't like it. You 6'7". It's only five boards a game.
6'7", 195. That's my problem.
I'm gonna be honest with you. 6'7" means nothing in the league with average height is 6'6", 6'5", 6'6". Like it really doesn't mean anything anymore.
I mean, but all the people that was drafted before him at least gave you rebounds.
No, so with him, he shot 36% from three last season. That's what you're drafting a shooter if you're keeping him.
He shot what from three?
Shot 36% from three last season.
36%.
And he shot 50% from the field. But
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this.
Yeah, no,
just
I'm
once.
cool.
Hey, I've been to her store. She dope.
Yeah, I'm going to say this once. Just because someone has struck gold in the past does not mean that they will strike gold in the future.
Well, I mean, you also
past performance is not an indicator of future results. That's the industry I come from. So all I'm saying is this: you all can sit here and say, "Oh, he does this and he does that," and in AK we trust. And I'm not saying he's bad. He's a good GM. He really is. But that don't mean that he hits on every pick. And it could mean that he ain't got it right. And I ain't seen this trade yet.
Here's the thing. You don't know what he's gonna do. I hate the dudes that are already coming out talking about the Bulls got to steal. It's like you ain't seen them. The thing that I can say about Dalen Terry is that from what I remember from his tape, this could be the signal of your concerns of Lonzo Ball. He was an excellent playmaker. That could be the signal of your concerns around Lonzo Ball. That could signal that Lonzo may not be healthy moving forward.
Okay.
Dalen Terry is a point guard?
Even then, I got Ayo for that.
I got enough point guards, my boy.
I got Ayo for that.
I got two.
That's not telling me nothing, to be honest.
It tells you that you might not feel that you have point guard depth.
Yeah, but he's not a point guard. He's a wing.
He's a wing, but he can handle the ball and he can facilitate for you. I'm just saying that you need players that are going to facilitate.
Fit, but that ain't Wayne had like Lonzo's a point guard who just so happens to be 6'7". This guy's a wing who can just so happen to pass. It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
Yeah, nah, bro, I'm cool. I don't know what y'all doing with that.
All right, well, hey, listen, I'm not giving up on him, and I hope he does well. But he ain't a point guard. This is a scoring 2 guard at most. He does look like he got a good shot going on. He shoots with confidence. The one thing I will say though is AK could be picking to his coach's strength because I
Well,
do
and
think
the
Vinny
other
does
the other
good with young
thing
talent.
the other thing is, right, like I think we looked at all these guys that we could have gotten, and I still think EJ Liddell is better than Dalen Terry to me.
Ooh, wait, you're right about that one because we about to get rid of
But
that.
but I will say, no matter what, we were picking a glue guy here.
She said I was wrong. Kid gave up the pick on draft back.
What do you say?
Oh snap!
Hey, that's funny. Hey, that is a fact. Yeah,
Go ahead and hop off, Pat. I know you got to run real quick. We'll hold it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to hold on, let me see actually. Did they send the link? Sorry, I'm just responding, bro. What's your schedule like over the next
Now they
week?
did say that his wingspan measured out at 7 feet.
I'll say this.
3/4. What?
So
No,
I
go
ain't got the link to go do the other you dig yet, so I'm gonna see.
do your thing, bro. I say this. You know what he could potentially do that no one else was able to do besides Vooch while we so busy trying to trade him. Me included, by the way. Score. He looked like he can score. Kobe White couldn't score consistently, especially against Bucks. This kid looked like he might be able to do it. He might be able to do it. I kind of rock with that one. I kind of rock with that.
Are you trying to
I'm trying to
go
make it
back?
fit. I'm trying to
You're
make it
trying to
fit.
go back on the fact that you already gave up on him, and now
No, I didn't. I had no. Listen, I have no idea that he was on our radar. I thought it was EJ Liddell.
I thought
And
it was EJ.
I bought into that because we needed help in that at the forward position.
Yeah.
And forward and center position. So I'm just trying to see the logic. And realistically, there's some
I
logic
agree
behind getting a score. So
but the thing is, right, like if we're being 100% honest, he was a scorer in moments. He was an inconsistent guy. Now, granted, also sometimes didn't take nearly as many shots, but I do want to see it. You know what I'm saying? He was a guy, his final game versus the University of Houston, he did get 17, 6 and 3, 6 for 9. He was 2 for 3 from the 3-point line. And right here, I guess the other thing that you got to look at with Jalen Duren is that, or I'm sorry, Dalen Terry, is that you're talking about a guy whose numbers in college could mean nothing in the pros. Right? Like, it's about how he develops his skill set. It's about what he does. Zach's numbers in college don't look amazing. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Devin Booker's numbers in college, wasn't he coming off of the bench? He wasn't putting up
My boy was coming off the bench.
anywhere near his potential, right? So,
But
like,
granted, that team was the Monstars.
yeah, college is not always a good representation of what you can do because you may not always have the opportunity to do that. You always have those outliers who are always going to get the fanfare and the opportunities, and you have some of those. Like, one of my favorites is, like, I think they said Vince Carter in college was kind of like that. Like, he had the highlights, but like numbers wise, you didn't really always see it. I think that's who I'm thinking of. But look at what he became, and so. I mean, you always knew he was going to be a stud, but most people had him as just a dunker. But he was actually a pretty efficient scorer and evolved into a good 3-point shooter. So, I mean, listen, I am going to roll with it because we do potentially have Lonzo Ball being out, stuff like that. But you're not going to convince me that he was the best available on the board for all the stuff we need.
I wouldn't say that. You know what? I'll say AK picked a lane. It's not the lane that I thought he was going to pick. AK went with a guy that could knock down the 3-point shot. and did that pretty well in college over the guy that we thought would be the glue guy, rebounding, steals, defense kind of player. Could that be a case? Now, again, right? A trade could come. We don't know yet. It's not over. We were 3 picks later, and all of a sudden, Jalen Duren was in New York and then Detroit. So
Oh,
a trade
listen,
still could come.
with this pick right here, all right, I can tell you right now. And this pick tells me who exactly is getting traded. We know Kobe White getting traded because guess what? Io basically outplayed him.
That
And
to
then
me tells me a lot.
Well, okay. Outside of that, we know Kobe's getting traded.
Kobe getting traded. Hey, listen, I'll holler at you. And I'm cool with that. I am cool with that as long as I don't have to sit there and have to deal with that. But I do want half this chat to know, all 231 of you all, if you've been a fan of the Breeze, we do appreciate you all tuning in. But just about this time last season, y'all was saying I was a fool for saying trade him. Now y'all ain't saying nothing but trade him.
I think we reached on him.
On who?
On Dalen Terry. I think we reached on him. I think we could have traded Kobe and said, give me a late pick, and you could have got him.
And AK you trust.
And AK we trust, but
I ain't AK you trust. I
Hey,
told
why
you.
did EJ Liddell go to the Heat?
Throwing that y'all word around crazy. I sure am. You know why I'm throwing that? Y'all, you should have seen the Heat. Bro, I got DMs. I saved some DMs. And for people saying, you just hate Kobe White. I'm like, I'm not. I don't hate on him, bro. He's just not what we need.
It got a little hate-ish. I'm not going to lie to you. It got a little hate-ish.
Y'all fell in love with him so much. And I was like, we not watching the same games.
Nah, because it was some games where Kobe was actually playing well and you was still giving him smoke.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey, the games he played well, he wasn't here.
Check this out. No, here's the funny thing. Kobe White last season, you always say played bad, but he gave you even in every season. If you look at the numbers, Kobe White has had stretches where he's giving you 20, maybe 30 points a couple games, stuff like that. He's had like these standout moments, right? He did more in I think his first season than P. Will did. But y'all will coddle P. Will. But it's like Kobe White gave you better statistics in a couple of those things. He showed you improvement in a couple of things. But now you're talking about trade him because what? It's year 3? So that's going to be year 3 for Will, and he's giving you – now he was injured. Kobe White was injured, but he was injured. I'll give him that. It's going to be year 3 for P. Will, and he's giving you 1 30-point game?
1 30-point game, 2 plus 20-point games in the playoffs versus Giannis, and a couple of 20-point games during the season.
And let's just see how that matches up in next season. But I'm just saying.
But he also gave.
Here's the thought process: are we going to have the same smoke? Are we going to have the same smoke for P. Will?
Yeah,
like we having for Kobe White.
But
I can make the case that Kobe White has a higher ceiling. But here's
the thing with Kobe, the same thing that was with Lowry, the same thing that was with Wendell, the same thing that will be with P. Will. If you can't stay on the floor, you're no good to my team.
I got you.
P. Will in 2 seasons hasn't been able to stay on the floor. Guess what? If we get to year 3 and P. Will can't stay on the floor, then yeah, I'm gonna have that exact same smoke.
I'm not even worried about that part. If P. Will is still trying to take those open shots. If I still have to play 4-on-5 on the other end because you keep passing up open shots, come on.
Hey, listen, the chat gonna be like Andy when he throw away Woody.
Yo, wow. So I'm like, listen, it's not hate, but it's like you see it clearly. It was like, hey, listen, we drafted a young bull who was clearly more developed than who we got. It ain't no hate, but we need to get him out of there because they're gonna fight for Tick, and it don't need to be a fight.
Who's gonna fight for Tick?
Hey, but
you talking about Kobe?
It was Kobe White and Io. They were gonna fight for Tick, and it's like they don't need to fight.
But
it's like run them together. It's like you can't run them together because you can't run Alex Caruso, you can't run Alex, Kobe, and Io at the same time because you're too small.
But this is the thing, though. I'm kind of
with Pat on the simple fact that look it up.
We did say the same thing. We did kind of say the same thing about Lowry. Like Lowry got hurt doing the thing that we asked him to do.
He got hurt doing the things I said. Lowry, play more aggressive. He played more aggressive. He popped his shoulder out.
Like
Literally, he had a
just,
stretch where he was playing
I'm
more
with Pat on
aggressive,
that. If
and
you're
then he
not
popped his
available,
shoulder out.
I can't help you. But the reason why I'm so high on P. Will is because he actually wants to work on his game, and he's actually getting that help from DeMar. So I'm gonna actually hold out that next year he's gonna come back with an actual bag that, hey, he's
I
consistent
will
enough to
say
stay on the
the
floor, and he's
yeah.
contributing.
I will say the difference in all the other guys we named that with P. Will is that P. Will actually has people that have been successful in the NBA around him now to help him develop. The biggest thing that Kobe White had to go through is that the next best player on his team that was a guard was Ryan Arcidiacono.
And for all intents and purposes, I'm not hate. I know he's been dealt a bad hand.
As Malachi Brannon going to the Spurs here, don't know if
He was dealt a bad hand. So I'm not.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's opportunity for him may have been,
I think that for all of them. I think Lowry will be a better player just because of the situation in Cleveland, right? Because I don't need you to be like for the Bulls, you needed Lowry to be aggressive. On Cleveland, Lowry doesn't have to be. Lowry can be the finesse, shoot threes big. Because they got two dudes that can go down there and push you around.
When did we give drafted players a chance, or stop giving drafted players a chance to prove they can develop? We didn't stop. What happens is everyone else like gets drafted, and you see how your peer group develops, and when you're lagging behind that peer group, you get judged accordingly.
No, we did stop. It's
I
when
didn't.
it's when money got real.
I didn't.
You get 3 years in the NBA now.
The defining moment for me is when Cole Anthony bust his tail.
Yeah, but that was still year 2
I gotta
of Kobe
give it
White.
to kid. He been consistent with that. That's
When
not
Cole
the
Anthony
only
got on
thing
the
he keep
court.
bringing up every time.
And Cole Anthony got on the court
Kobe's
with
good.
no off season, no training camp, and look miles better.
No,
than
yeah,
Kobe
that's a
White.
fact.
I was like, that's why you get rid of him now.
No, that's a fact. Kid has remained consistent with that. But the thing is, right, like we have gotten to the point where we give up on young players. 100%. People give up on young players every year because of how much money they get paid now. Back in the day when it was 2000s, when it was the 90s, you know what the contract was to keep somebody around? I might have to throw you $1 to $2 million. Right now, if we want to keep Kobe White, right now, Kobe White makes $8 million.
No, you know what? I gotta disagree with that. The main reason why is because now more than ever before, we get to hear a lot of the older players speak about their journey. And one of the people who I never thought would have had, the kind of road that he had was Gary Payton. And Gary Payton said within his first 2 seasons, he thought he wasn't gonna really. He was drafted high. He was a highly touted pick, and he was like, for how I was picked, it wasn't shaping up, and I thought I was out of there. And so, when it comes to, we have to put it in full context. We didn't give up on Kobe White specifically, and not let him develop. He was picked top 10. So top 10, you were picked as one of the best in your draft class, which means that you should be head and shoulders above them. And he wasn't.
But top 10 in the early 2000s and in the late 90s would have got probably 6 years to become the player he was supposed to become.
Absolutely not.
Because they were more about developing teams.
That's absolutely not true.
How?
It's absolutely not true. You go back and look at Gary Payton's interview.
Hey, that's Gary Payton. That's just Gary Payton.
It's not just Gary Payton. A lot of the older players say that something. You don't have 6 years to develop. It's never been 6 years. It's never been 6 years.
If we're talking about those older players, they were on teams for a long time, or they would get traded after they were already into their second deal.
Show me.
The only thing that buffers P Kid argument is we thought that Brandon Ingram was just okay, and he was legitimately on the verge of like, everybody's saying you nice. I don't really see it, and until he got to New Orleans. So it's like they really don't get the 6 years. If we being really
but
honest.
Again, you're talking about a player in 15?
20 what?
That Bulls team was together for a long time before they blew that up.
You can't compare teams that may be in a bad situation and they can't make certain moves to move those type of young players versus teams that are a little more aggressive. We dealt with a couple of things. One, we already felt like we dealt with bad management and ownership. And you yourself have been on this platform and said that several times. So you have to figure that in. You have to also figure out there's other teams that's been in that same situation. Like Sacramento has forever been in that situation. They're going to keep whatever talent that they have because they are not an attractive spec, stuff like that. And there have been several teams like that. Now, earlier when the league was younger, yeah, you had teams that had to keep that talent because they had no choice. But it wasn't because they were trying to help. They hoped they developed because they had no other choices. But teams that are being aggressive and being progressive, look at teams that actually wanted to win and betting it all. They don't
Yeah,
give those
but
players that. They've never given their players 6 years to develop. 6 years is an anomaly in this. 6 years is forever.
Yeah, but the
6 years is
statement
forever.
the statement was that when did we start giving, or the question, I guess, when did we start giving up on young picks? There's people that have given up. Cam Reddish got given up on in year 2.
I don't think he got.
We got a trade coming in here.
Well,
the Knicks are trading the draft rights. We already knew about this trade.
We already knew this.
I am.
So this is the Knicks trade of Jay. What's going on with the NBA? Like, what, they got to file the paperwork first?
Well, I don't know.
I knew this trade was coming.
Yeah, I actually think you do got to file paperwork. I'm not gonna hold you.
No, you do got to file paperwork, but like, shouldn't you not announce the trade if you? Anyway, Denver making a pick here. They get Christian Braun from Kansas, guard at the out in Denver now. Does that say anything about a Jamal Murray possibly coming back, or is this another depth piece?
Just it's a depth piece, a backup for Jamal at minimum. I thought they would have got something for like a backup plan for Michael Porter Jr. at least. But I mean, the pick is the pick. I mean, I'm not mad at it. He's all like, I like this pick because he's a 4-year guard. A lot of that Kansas team where it was 4-year players, so he'll at least be able to contribute right away. I'm not mad at
it. Hey, somebody commented and said, "Bro, Brian didn't even have a table," and that's a fact. That's a fact. That's funny. What am I looking for here? I got to figure out what the heck's going on with all of this.
Minnesota is getting Walker Kessler.
That sucks.
With the pick.
EJ still continuing to fall, by the way. EJ Liddell still continuing to fall here. So here's the question, of course, as we react to the picks that are coming in right away, and then because we are a Bulls channel, the future of it. Could we see, and we've heard that the Chicago Bulls were actively shopping the Kobe White and the 18th pick. Could we see Kobe White get moved in this draft for a late first round pick? Early second round pick even?
You could. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's a separate thing. I think that they keep the pick that they just made. Like Kobe White is on his own. I think Kobe White is on its own thing. I don't think that's gonna happen through the draft. So like I said, I think there's gonna be something that happens later on down the road.
So now this pick is on the move here.
Rico Kofi
trade the
not
rights
getting drafted.
to Jake LaRiva and a future second to the Timberwolves for a first round pick, the 22nd and 29th overall. We also knew this as well. Shout out to Don Burr for the super chat. Troy Weaver not done. This is a Why is all the Bulls fan in love with EJ Liddell? Because EJ Liddell is a really good basketball player that's going to be able to give you instant production in the NBA.
Another trade. Philly is trading the number 3 pick to Memphis for DeAnthony Melton.
Number 23 pick.
Number 20. I said 3. Dang. Oh.
Ringo said, "I'm tired." Walker Kessler to Memphis. Hey, remember when I said he's Jaren Jackson Jr.? Yeah, that's a heck of a backup. That's a heck of a backup. Bro, he really moves. By the way, if y'all want to know how efficient he was on the pick and roll, he completed 94% of his pick and roll attempts when the ball was passed to him. Yeah.
Hey, this the thing though. I like this move. I like this move for them because in too many of those playoff games, for as good as Jaren Jackson,
it was only relying on Jaren.
No, for as good as Jaren Jackson Jr. is, the difference is Walker knows how to contest without fouling, and he's gonna get that block. So like at minimum, you got him, Steven Adams, Walker Kessler. You still got a Brandon Clark, which now begs the question to me: like, is Brandon Clark and those guys on the move? Because those guys are really serviceable. So you could be looking for them. You could be looking for them for backup big help. But this is a good pick for Memphis, though. I like this.
I like the pick for Memphis. I think it fits them well. I think he, like I said, he reminded me. Like I know, I said in my video, you're supposed to, he's a white dude that blocks shots. So I'm supposed to compare him to another white dude that blocks shots. He don't move like a white dude that blocks shots. He moves like Jaren Jackson Jr. He moves like a slithery finisher around the rim. Kid, I think your mic was muted and you just unmuted it to cough and then muted it back. Hey man, unmute it. All right.
All right, it's working. It's working.
It's working. I'm good.
It's a test, man. I just want to see if you can hear me. Good sound quality. Was the cough clear?
The cough was very clear.
You get down to the sound wave.
I could hear the mucus in your throat.
There you go. All right. Letting you know.
Now hold on. Now, the Grizzlies are targeting Colorado's. What do we got here? The Grizzlies are targeting Colorado State's David Roddy at number 23 per sources here. As Philly made that trade, like Ringo stated, Grizzlies targeting David Roddy. What you got on a David Roddy there, Ringo? How you feeling about him going out?
Who the heck is that guy?
Hey, bro, we're so late in the draft. If Ringo's got breakdown on these mugs, I am impressed.
I really don't. I don't.
I really don't. Hey, listen, you gonna get a real. This ain't the ESPN draft show right here, bro. We roasting this mug. We have fun. I've had like 3 beers. I'm kicking it.
EJ, like legitimately in my phone, EJ Liddell was the last one.
It's tough.
Wow.
You probably shouldn't have told people that, Ringo.
Wow. What about a Jay Crowder and future first from Phoenix for Kobe? Well, Jonathan, I'm gonna be polite about this.
That's a heck of a trade right there. Hey, what AD say? It's their job to say no.
It's their job to say no. But if you ever want to get hung up on faster than you've made the phone call, you present that. Like, that's the type of stuff that you'd present. If you came to me with that trade and I'm Phoenix, I will laugh you off the phone. Ain't no way in the world you're going to think I'm going to take that from you. First of all, they already got a Kobe White-like player. You ever heard of, what's that boy name? He came from the Bulls too.
Nah.
I mean, he just as inconsistent.
Hey. I want Muzz to actually go look at his game from last year. hey, he had a heck of a playoff run when they went to the finals, brother. But then you go look at that game from last year, and all of a sudden, Brian makes a lot more sense.
All right.
Stay humble.
The Sixers have moved Danny Green and the number 23 to Memphis as part of a trade to acquire DeAnthony Melton. According to
so Danny Green is in there as well. But is Danny, bro,
he not
really?
Play.
Oh, that's clearing space. Danny Green's done.
He's done.
I think Danny Green is done.
There's no way he's coming back. So that's clearing your cap.
That man is podcasting.
That's clearing your cap. There's no way he's gonna be able to come back. Bro, I keep looking at this dude on the screen right here, the white dude, and I swear I'm like, man, what is John Paxson doing here?
You don't know that's Jay Bayless?
Hey, I do, but every time I look just out the corner of my eye, I'm like, what the heck is John Paxson doing on the screen?
How did you get a job?
Hey, I love when we get to these picks and the commissioner don't know how to say their names no more because he didn't practice this far. We have to redo it. Text. Okay, so nobody. Hey, listen, I'll say this. Maybe it's a maybe it tells me a lot about the Bulls pick that the Locked On Clip show that I'm supposed to be jumping on didn't even send the link. So I'm still here with y'all. The rest of the NBA was like, the rest of the NBA was like, we do not care. God, that's got to be worst suit of all time.
What is that?
That has to be the worst suit of all time by Paolo in the NBA draft. I thought Joakim Noah's suit was pretty bad. That's definitely worse than Joakim Noah's suit.
My man said I skipped work for this. Hey, dog, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would never have skipped work for a draft. Never have skipped work for number 8.
Well, listen. I wouldn't have skipped work for this one.
I wouldn't skip work for draft, period. Unless we got a top 10 pick, it ain't even worth it, my boy.
That's what I'm saying. I'd skip work for a top 10 pick. When we pick Patrick Williams, I skip work
for Justin.
When we pick Justin Fields, I skip work.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What was that? We had a top. What NFL draft is different. No, NFL draft is different. A first rounder in the NFL is different than the top 10 in the NBA.
I skip work for quite a bit. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, there's a reason I'm here.
The NFL draft is a whole lot. Like the first 2 rounds in the NFL draft are worth it. And the NBA, once you get to the second round, you're like, hey, this may not be what we need, but I think no, NFL it could be the first 3 rounds, right?
NFL, you can get people. What do you mean? Darnell Mooney was what, a 5th round pick? Or was Darnell Mooney 3rd? Darnell Mooney might have been 3rd. Who was a 5th round? Somebody we got right now.
What I'm saying is,
hey Justin, he do look like Devontae Friga.
A little bit.
He do.
The collective 4 teams is the absolute worst. That's facts. What do we mean? The collective.
And watch EJ Liddell go to Milwaukee all the time.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about New York teams: Knicks, Jets, Mets, and Giants.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah, they all trash.
Nah, I think Detroit still got them beat. Detroit still got to beat.
No, yeah, for sure. No, because the Mets aren't bad. The Mets just are underwhelming. And they got the Yankees. The Yankees are gonna win like 108 games this year.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Detroit. Detroit's awful.
Detroit is awful.
Detroit's awful. Detroit is an awful sports city.
Hockey, can't do it.
Hockey, baseball, football. I bet you if they had a soccer team right now, they'd score an own goal in a minimum 2 games a season. Milwaukee Bucks will pick Marjan Beauchamp, number 24 per Shams Charania. That's out of the G League. Marjan Beauchamp was a very interesting player. Here's a new link to Chicago Bulls Dalen Terry. Hey, listen, you're definitely gonna get a reaction video out of me because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty sure we broke him down. I didn't watch it. We broke him down on Locked On Bulls. I didn't watch a lot of tape on him because I was pretty sure that he was gonna be a late first, like a very 30, early 2nd round pick. I am surprised that we took him as high as we did. Now he may completely prove me wrong. He may listen, like in the NBA draft, right? How many players at this point have we said that have done that? I thought Ayo was going to be good in the NBA. I didn't think Ayo was going to be one of the best NBA defenders last season in his rookie year.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I thought Ayo was going to be the steal of the draft, but I thought about it from a offensive, him being able to actually shoot the ball standpoint. I didn't think it was going to be him clamping up Trae Young for 3.5 games. So, you never know what these guys are going to be, especially based on the college tape. But I do feel like you reached on him. I don't think there's any question on that.
But we picked him at 18. I mean, we could have picked him at 4.
What a douchebag. Oh,
You can't
that's
tell
funny.
me I'm wrong.
That's funny. Hey, man. I mean, it's up to P. Will to tell you
Hey,
wrong.
P.
I
Will
can't.
at the P.
I
Will at the
can't
number
tell you
18 pick
wrong.
looks like gold right now.
You said what?
P. Will at number 18 looks like gold. I don't care what you say. P. Will at 4. Shh.
Hey, man.
Hard.
It's
It's a
up.
hard
Hey,
one.
listen.
It's a
It's up
hard
to
one
him
for
to
me,
prove
dude.
us wrong. I'll say this. I've been wrong on this show before. It don't bother me. Hey, you know what I will say though? It's good content. even
Good content.
even when I'm wrong, I'm right. You know what my favorite thing is? That we clown Steph. I wish I could find the clip. Me and P Kid clowned Steph.
On what?
Legitimately clowned Steph for saying that the Bulls would win 6 games at the end of the season.
He was
Going
right.
into the second half. He was off by 1.
He was right.
As they do pick Marjan Beechup out of the G League. He played for the Ignite as well. Or my bad, G League Ignite. He was 3 games with 20 plus points on 50% shooting. I knew he would be around this range. He was 15 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 1.5 steals a game. He's going to be a nice player. And I think these couple of guys that we've seen come out of the G League this year are going to be guys that are going to be the sparks of the G League, very much like Alex Caruso is and Jordan Poole. But you're going to see a lot of guys looked at, especially with Jordan Poole winning. I mean, with Golden State winning an NBA championship, like you're going to see a lot of guys come out of start to go to the G League more, and it could be the popularity of the G League going up.
So this is my thing, right? That's the 4th guard they have on their roster, because I remember that they did
They
sign
needed
the
guard
dude.
depth. They
They need
needed
guard
guard depth
Like-
bad last season.
Because I know they signed the one guy that like you did a video on him, like he was like the EuroLeague MVP or something. I know they signed him like late before the playoffs started. So I don't know. I think that's like what they 4th or 5th guard already. So I mean, but I like this pick. The guys in the G League are at least gonna contribute this season, like you said. Though I ain't gonna lie. Plus 1.1, 2 steals a game. You can't never go wrong with that.
You know why I'm happy for that kid? He gets to go to a good team with
Facts.
good development.
Facts.
They got good development there. And at the
nothing
very least,
feels
even
worse.
if he rides Pine, he may go make a long playoff run, which as a rookie, and again, this is just thanks to the new media, as Draymond would say it. That does so much for a young player to see those long playoff runs and help them develop. So I'm happy for any kid that gets to have that experience, because I want all of them to do well and develop. I really do. Because all the people we clowned at one point was on the stage crying, had high hopes, and their situation probably didn't allow them to get the most out of it. So,
hey, I love it, man. I love it. Anybody to get to live out their dream, boy, he about to cook this dude. Why they freeze it like that? Oh
hey,
no,
I
he's the
did
defender.
have 2 questions. Isn't Dwayne Wade son in this draft?
No,
He
No.
didn't get played?
he probably
He's,
didn't declare. Who's he playing for? He is in the G League, right?
Yeah, he's on the draft.
Somebody just worked him out.
Oh, the Spurs did. The Spurs
Spurs
did.
just worked him out.
Tough
Okay.
statement there. As the Spurs looking to pick here, Blake Wesley at number 25.
Only you, bro.
Keep falling.
Listen, I'm telling y'all,
What's our second pick?
we don't have one.
Oh well, we out of here.
The Bulls can work their way back into it. Though. Telling you.
Hey, our job is done, my boy. What else we doing?
It was the way he said it. Hey, yo. Hey. Hey. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Hey, well, we out of here.
We out of here. What we doing?
Hey
All
man,
these people don't
Hey,
even
what's
matter.
our second pick? What we
We
got?
trading
We out of here.
bro, I'm at least cover the first round, brother. We almost done. I'm gonna finish out
Oh,
this first
man.
round.
I'm
Dang.
gonna tell you this. I'm about to die.
Oh, dog.
I'm at a hot toddy. I don't
Yo,
want to
this
blow my
week
nose
been
on
funny,
camera.
bro.
I mean, come on now.
Hey, I
Hey,
love it,
y'all
man.
don't know.
Hey,
I
by the
want
way,
to
if
say
y'all,
this,
Our week has
y'all.
been
I want to tough it out because I've been on every draft since we've all, as a collective, got this together. I wasn't gonna miss this one, but this is tough. This is tough. And at the same time, who the hell we pick? so at this point,
hey, that's what makes it tough, to be
boy,
honest.
I'm like, oh man, listen. I guess Malika Andrews make it worth it, but I mean, she's no, not at all, not at all, not at all.
What I will say is, what I will say, he said, "Oh, we out of here." What I will say is this, right? Like, by the way, if you guys are in here, hit that like button. If you
Oh
haven't done
man,
so, subscribe to the page. So we do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel, but we also talk national sports Monday through Friday from 11 to 1. The channel is built around, of course, us dropping Chicago sports content. But on the daily show, we got 2 hours of content coming at you every day. And I'm not going to lie to you. You can't build 2 hours of content around Chicago teams because you'll be depressed because Tony La Russa is stupid. So as we got the Spurs pick coming in here.
that was good.
That
Shout
was
out
funny.
myself.
Blake Wesley going to the Spurs. Now everybody trying to cry. Marjon Beacham gave like a real heartfelt, like, I can't believe this moment happened, cry. Now everybody got to cry after him.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now. The moment we get our first major TV moment, I'm gonna cry. And I dare y'all to troll me. Hey, listen, y'all gonna probably have y'all already got the little P Kid meme in the Discord and the thing, whatever, right? Y'all probably gonna have the MJ meme for me and stuff like that. Crying, I don't care.
Hey, I hope they do. That'd be hilarious. Actually,
I hope they do. You wanna
hey,
know why?
I
That means I
will say
made
this.
it.
I will say this. I don't know if I'm gonna cry, but having a daughter has unlocked emotions in me that I didn't know I had. So, like, maybe I don't know.
He gonna cry.
Hey, bro, like,
He gonna cry.
bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I hadn't cried in like
Mark Eversley is speaking. He probably screwed. Where is he speaking at?
maybe 15 years.
You ain't crying in 15 years, boy. You need to go cry.
Hey, no, I did.
You
Finally
probably have
this
a
year.
level of clarity that'll help you do a whole lot in the world, my boy.
Well,
That's
I cried this year.
man, please.
Hey, Muzz out
Hey.
here dropping the crying Jordan face in the chat as we speak.
Hey, listen. I don't care. I cry.
Let's see here.
Hey, Pat, like that dude off Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too. Get back in there. Get back in there, cheer.
So I had my first kid at 20, at what, 23? 22. Dang, it was that long ago? God damn. So yeah, that I done went through that whole little metamorphosis early.
Hey man, shout out to you, brother.
It's different when you got girls. Because if I had a boy, I'd probably still be a demon. But I had two girls.
Hayes got 500 people in his chat. Shout out to Hayes. That's a heck of a thumbnail too.
Nice. That's what's up, Hayes.
That's a heck of a thumbnail. Let's see what else we got going on here, man. I'm trying to see. Everybody said that whatchamacallit was speaking. I don't see nobody speaking.
I don't see nobody speaking though.
Unless it's on Twitter, maybe.
I tell you what, Dallas pick is coming up. I'm actually really curious to see what they do. Because with the trade that they just made, they are really poised to take over. Hayes went crazy when the pick was official. See, yeah, Hayes probably was up there dropping a bunch of.
Oh yeah, Hayes was freaking out. I want to see. Oh, Dallin Terry is talking right now.
I don't want to hear from him.
Jesus, dog, you don't want to hear from the draft pick?
I mean, hey, Wendell Moore is getting moved to Dallas.
Hey, let's at least hear from the young fella.
Houston will pick Wendell Moore at number 26. and move to Dallas.
Hey, we go here from Dalen Terry, the Bulls draft pick. Hold on, let me see if I can.
It has
see
nothing against the kid. I wanted to hear what Eversley was thinking.
Can y'all hear it?
No, not really.
Man, but I'm so happy. Like 18 was perfect, honestly. Like I have no regrets in anything. Like,
Can you hear it now?
I'm loving it. I'm ready.
No.
Where is he at?
So you score. Congrats. Just what's the conversations you've had with AK, Mark Eversley, Billy Donovan, those guys, whether it was previously at workouts or now, what have they kind of said?
He does seem like he has really good energy. I give him that. Hey, Pat. No sound still.
No.
No worries. Now you can't. Now we don't hear you. Ain't that bad now?
Tell you, bro.
I can hear you now.
Bro, this mug tweaking, man. I'm about to trade this mug in.
Go ahead and do it.
About to trade this mug in, man. We can't be having that.
While you're waiting to trade that game, man, would you like a copy of Call of Duty?
As Miami on the clock here.
Let's talk the mess out of that. Hey, dog, if we draft EJ Liddell, it's gonna be funny.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
Y'all need help. You know what Miami's poised to do? They was poised to run heavy and bully you through the regular season, but it wasn't made to last through the playoffs. When you really look at that construction of that team, it wasn't nothing about the Miami Heat looked like champion to me. Playoffs, yes. I still got you as a lock for the playoffs.
I mean,
but not champion. Nothing about Miami screams champion.
I didn't say champion. I said at minimum ECF. I told if Jimmy hit the shot, I'm living with us going to the finals. But I never thought we was gonna win it.
Man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It really depended on who you all played in the first couple rounds, and if that's the way you rolling, I guess. And I know you could say, well, that's anybody. Nah, it's some teams that you was like, hey, I had the Bucks steamrolling until
they also got beat the heck up on the way to the finals, though. Like nobody was healthy enough.
I had the Bucks winning. I had the Bucks steamrolling until what's the name got hurt, and then they still went 7 with Boston. You gotta have your closer. You gotta have your closer.
Let me check in.
He Lonzo insurance in 3 years. Yeah, he Lonzo insurance for next year.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think that's exactly what it is.
What's up?
That he's Lonzo insurance for next year.
If Miami trade the pick for Kobe, man, first of all,
that'll be hilarious.
Well, first of all, Pat Riley already came off somebody that was making 80 M's one contributing. What make you think he's finna come back with somebody that was getting 8 M's and not contributing?
Because it's 8 M's, not 80.
It's 8 and not 80. Hey, I tell you what, 72 M's.
You know what, bro? The way you just formulated that, I'll do business with you any day, dog.
Hey, you ain't lying.
I'll do business with you any day. Because you seem like an easy person to finesse with that logic. You seem like an easy person to finesse. Go ahead and run that back by me one more time. You coughed up 80, so you don't want to take a swig on somebody for 8. I bet. I got you, my boy.
I'm very confused by that.
Hey, listen, I got a bridge for 100. You ready?
I'm just saying he still wouldn't have did the 8 because Kobe White gave him.
I got a
nothing.
bridge for 100. You in or not? Whole bridge. You charge tax and everything on it.
No, Ringo. Hey, I want to see it happen just to laugh real hard on this mug before we get
I
off.
don't know. I
He
don't know why that mug would do that
easily
deal.
say no. Just
bro,
lets me know he good
Bro,
people
I
to
feel
do
like
business.
that pick was gonna send us all like.
Oh,
I
man.
thought that pick was gonna do a little bit more for us, and it didn't. He don't defend like Lonzo, not even close. Oh no, we didn't say he was a perfect replacement for Lonzo. He's Lonzo insurance because Muzz don't believe that Lonzo's gonna be healthy here. As we're waiting on this Miami pick to come in, I think we just gonna cover the first round in this mug. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, listen, we definitely.
If the Bulls make a second round pick, I'll hop back on here.
The Bulls ain't getting no second round picks.
That don't mean that. Oh, here we go. They're gonna pick Nikola Jovic at 27, the foreign born player who was balling overseas last season. He was somebody that people thought was going to be the steal of the draft. Man, anytime I see Wendell and Junior together, I just have a flashback. He was some people that a lot of people think is going to be the steal of the draft in Nikola Jovic. So, how are you feeling about a Nikola Jovic there, Ringo?
Backup power forward depth right now. Like I said, I think Pat is really on some like we need to get one of these 3 primetime free agents in the building, and essentially I'm gonna give up whoever I gotta give up to get them. Whether that be the people that we drafted, because he already said I'm sticking to his word. He already said I'm keeping Bam and I'm keeping Jimmy. The rest of y'all is y'all gonna have whatever, but I think he's just more so focused on that.
Is there anybody who's dropped in this draft here that you're very surprised by?
Besides EJ Liddell.
Besides EJ Liddell.
No. 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 I guess Tata.
Who?
Tata Washington. TJ.
I'm not surprised by that.
I didn't expect him to drop to nearly the second round. There's too many teams that could use a point guard. Miami included.
Zach says the Illinois center Kofi. Talking about Kofi? Nah, I knew Kofi.
Kofi is not getting
Kofi
drafted.
ain't getting drafted.
$1 billion smile said, "I'm late. Who we pick? Dalen Terry." I'm waiting for his response. But yeah, I'm surprised.
Whoa, did we miss that one? Oh no, that's a part of it. We knew that. David Roddy's going to Memphis because of the trade they made before. It's a good pick.
See?
Hey,
exactly.
Hey, that boy hype. That boy said, I'm finna be lit in Miami. I'm going from Serbia to Miami. Oh, we finna be lit.
That chick that he with, she can forget it.
He all business too. He ain't got no flair going on. He's like, hey, listen, I got this this Men's Warehouse suit. Give me this
Jim Bob Jones said he said David who? Dalen Terry.
Dalen, dog. Dalen
Terry.
Buddy's walking around like, yeah, I got y'all now. Hey, he looked like he about to do something though.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I gotta see what's going on in Hayes live.
That's a good. Wait, hold on, wait. Oh, he pulling up like that? Hold up. I didn't watch any clips of this dude.
Oh, okay.
He ain't watched nothing of Jovic. He played for the same team as
Marco. Hey,
Whoa. Pause. Time out. You mean to tell me
Dirk one-legged fadeaway?
You mean to tell me this guy right here, who pretty much has the same name as the star that you all love AK for,
You know what my favorite thing about this is?
where we didn't even look his way?
You
That's
finna
an
be
evil twin.
you finna be mad hype on a dude that played for the same team and played very similar to a dude that's currently on the Bulls, and you were like, if he turns into something, it is what it is.
I don't know what you're talking about, Pat. Anyway, what are I'm talking about this dude right here who's sitting there. Like, no, them little one-legged fadeaways and stuff, that's a skill. That's footwork. That you gotta work on that trash. Like,
That dude's on your team right now. You just gotta play him.
Okay, who?
He played for the same team as Marco.
Okay, Marco, I've seen Marco in person. That coordination ain't there yet, baby. I've seen it. I saw him warm up. It don't look good. It didn't look good. All right. I text you when I was there. It was like tall as heck, but you do remember that, right?
No, I do.
Why do these warm-ups hold weight with y'all? Like Pat said he saw campaign warm-up. He said he ain't had it.
Because we
mechanics.
from a generation where how you warm up is how you play, how you practice is how you play.
And it's your mechanics. His mechanics didn't look good. His footwork didn't look good.
Man, hold on. Let me.
I'm just letting you know his footwork didn't look good. I mean, it's easy to be critical. I mean, I'm not playing on this level, but the eye test don't fail you. You've seen what good footwork looks like.
The Warriors are drafting Patrick Baldwin Jr.
That makes sense. They don't mind if he fails or not. He's a boomer bust player.
Well, the Warriors gonna be in the finals again.
Hey, is Key crying yet, Ringo?
Hey, I was just gonna check.
Go ahead,
hey, hold on.
Key was one of his coaches. Our guy Key, he was one of his coaches in high school.
Nice. That's what's up, bro. I like to hear that. I love to hear that.
What about Luke warm-ups? Hey, that's what Marco was showing P Kids. Luke warm-ups, not warm-ups. You're supposed to warm up and get hot. I like Patrick Baldwin out there though, because I think he needs a situation where he's gonna be he's gonna have time to grow, he's gonna have time to develop into the player he is. I'll tell you this: if he does become the player that we think he's gonna become, the boom part of it, Golden State is going to be disgusting. But I do think that he dealt with the injury last season, tried to play through it. I think that hurt his draft stock quite a bit, and that's the reason that he's here in the draft. TJ Warren time, Bulls can sign homie for the low. I don't think you can sign TJ Warren for the low. What is Draymond making the pick? Like Draymond looked like he the one that sent the pick in, bro. Like, hey, he also looked like that sweatshirt a little tight. Draymond been eating steak since the championship. Bro, everybody just stopped talking on ESPN. That was creepy. Shout out to Patrick. He went to the college that his dad went to. Didn't get to show out like he wanted to there. Wasn't really healthy enough to show out like he wanted to there. But he was a player that if he came straight out of high school, he'd have been a top 5 pick in the draft. Oof. Yeah, no. That might be. They might try to see if he's a boom player right away. That might be determine whether Andrew Wiggins get the bag for the future or not. He might turn into a trade piece now. There's your boy Ty Kid. He's going to Houston with the number 29 pick. Patrick Baldwin will grow with Golden State. I agree with that. I think I'm glad he went to a team like Golden State. On the Bulls, right, we'd have had high expectations for him. He'd have had to be a boom, not a bust type player. On the Warriors, I think he'll have time to kind of get himself moving in the right direction. He's a strong player that can play through contact. I think he'll develop a little bit more of a shot out there, and he'll be able to do a lot of things well for him. That's my hope anyway, man. Somebody's got to be bad in here. That's the tough part about doing the NBA draft. It's like you got all these high hopes on all these players, and you never think any of them are going to be bust. But then it's like, somebody's got to suck. There's somebody we got to laugh at from this draft. Oh, man. Announce Gobert and Clarkson to Chicago, or I'm going to smack my dog. I'm tired of waiting. Hey, Ethan, you probably shouldn't say stuff like that on the internet, my boy. Police always watching. Are y'all just not talking?
he may just be a steal.
Okay, I thought I was tweaking. I was like, are they saying stuff? And
I'm glad I did turn it off because I was coughing, I was wheezing at the same time. Yeah, but thank you. But the thing I was about to say for Rico was I like the way that Golden State has constructed their team. Like Wiggins is still relatively young, and I wouldn't trade him for anything at this point. Jordan Poole, he's evolving. Wiseman is probably the trade piece for me because Wiseman hasn't been healthy. And so, but even if they keep him, look at, they already have a young core that they can usher in as Steph and, them kind of age out. So it's interesting. It's really interesting to see how they develop year over year. And I can really see them trying to be the next version of, I want to say the Spurs. Like they're always there. They may not always win, but they're, they may not always be champions, but they're always there consistently. 45, 50 wins, a consistently good team. I can see them poised to do that for a very long time.
Dallin Terry is already tweeting that little Dirk. He got to relax a little bit.
I mean, for me, what I was going to say was, I mean, I think Patrick Baldwin Jr. fits. I think that the other day when we were talking about it, right? Let's say Kenny Atkinson does stay. And like I said, I think that they're bringing in the next crop of players for when that regime of Curry, Thompson, and Curry, Thompson, and Green is gone. You can kind of usher these guys in, and with the vet help that they already have, you saw how quick Jordan Poole and those guys came on during the playoffs. You add Patrick Baldwin Jr. to that. I mean, like Kid is saying, you might have the next 45, 50 win team consistently that they may not always win the chip, but they're there. So.
Do you think Curry? You know what? Let's post some of these questions. Put them on the big screen at this point. We having fun with this. Do you think Curry retires when the big three retires? Yeah, I do.
I do too.
I think that's how Pop should have went out.
I think that's why Kenny Atkinson stayed. I think Steve Kerr is going to retire when the big three retires because of health, not because he's done coaching, not because he doesn't have a love for it, but Steve Kerr has missed a considerable amount of time in multiple seasons with them due to his health. And so I think that Steve Kerr is probably going to retire when they do. And I think that time could be closer than we think.
I think he might, because of health, I think he might retire before. I wouldn't be surprising.
As Memphis with another draft pick.
I think he's going to try to run it back one more time, but.
Oh, this is Ty Washington, yeah.
Because I think
going to Houston. This is going to Houston, it is.
Oh, okay.
This is the trade that's going to Houston.
Gotcha. Trade DeMar for Carmelo. All right, Ethan, now you're just trolling. Zach for KD was kind of close, but
well, hey, I told Muzz, I'm like, I trade anything for KD. If it costs me a left kneecap, I'll put a metal one in to get KD.
You know the reason why I wouldn't trade for KD right now? Because KD has a shorter time frame than Zach. KD has 3, maybe 4 years left. And so that definitively puts your window now between now and 2026. You
I don't
have
know.
to win.
I can't even say that that's 100% fact because we're seeing players stay longer now because they're doing more resting because they're doing
I'm
more
turning to
sitting out.
KD when he's 40.
I think KD will still be in the NBA when he's 40. KD literally don't do nothing but hoop.
Nah,
Y'all don't pay him to brush his hair. Y'all pay him to hoop.
Bro, he one of them muds that he eat, sleep, breathe, everything, hooping.
Nah.
So I think it's gonna have to take like a
I hope so.
career-ending injury for him to be like, yeah, I might sit down for a little while.
I think he's already had that injury, and he just, with age, is going to be a little different. You know
what? Oh, the Achilles.
Yeah, I think he's already had. And at the same time, you have to give up so
a heck
much.
of a comeback from an Achilles. But yeah, I'll agree with you on that. That's an injury that's tough. And Kobe had 2, right? Kobe tore it twice.
No, Kobe had 1.
Once. He tore it once.
He tore it once.
But his knees was like, I think he said one of his knees was like bone on bone or something.
Yeah, he had no
I know
cartilage.
that. Yeah, he definitely had bone on bone.
So, I mean, it all depends. And then you got to remember, he's
Mike
a 7'1" dude who for some odd reason, historically, tall dudes always have issues with their feet. And for some odd reason, Kevin Durant has never had a foot issue. So we've been reported.
Didn't he broke his foot one year? I think that's
he broke his foot once.
He broke his foot one year. I think that's it. Once? Yeah.
But it ain't really, hindered him so much. But
he won like 2 rings after that.
I don't know if the science has changed or not, but historically, big guys always eventually something happens.
You know what? I think it's the fact that I
always think skinny, it doesn't matter.
Well, no, that's a whole different thing too. But I always think of like Yao Ming, right? Like they weren't making shoes for dudes like that back then.
No, that's true too.
You know what I'm saying? So you wear
shoes for Shaq,
huh?
Yeah, they were. They were making shoes for Shaq. Yao Ming was just had a bad stroke of. It was just unfortunate, right? But Shaq,
were they making shoes like? I think Shaq was just like, I'm gonna make a shoe for, or like y'all. Well, he was with Reebok though, so that's different. He had the Reebok. You did.
I mean, there have been plenty of big dudes.
Fat shoe though. That's a very different.
There's been plenty of big dudes that
Hey, maybe that's the key. Maybe you got to wear Reeboks. That's a fat shoe.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm never betting against him at full strength. But if I have to build an organization around and stuff like that, I'm not trading because you're not giving up Zach for a KD. That's stupid. Like you're gonna have to give up KD, another player, and some picks. Like Zach is not KD level at all. Like,
oh, you're saying that Brooklyn wouldn't take that deal?
Oh, they would take it. It would have to be Zach in like 3 other pieces, whether that be draft capital.
I'm just they said Zach straight up. As a Bulls fan, I'm like, do you want me to drive him there?
Oh yeah, as a straight up, yeah.
As the pick is in again, Peyton Washington going to OKC here. Out of UCLA, 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2 point. Or I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry. Oh, I read that wrong completely. 12 minutes a game, 3 points a game, 2 rebounds.
Hey, how many fours they need though?
That's pick number 30 there in the first round. By the way, EJ Liddell is still on the board.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. After looking at Nikola Jovic tape, I'm a kid. That boy got it. I don't know how y'all passed him up.
Of course you think he got it. You just drafted him to your team. All the tape the kid has seen on Nikola Jovic was just on the TV.
All I'm saying is this: the little European whisper in the right direction this draft. Buddy needed to call up Jovic and was like, "Hey, listen, I picked Jokic. I want Jovic. I got the 18th pick. You sliding this way." He should have made it happen. That's all I'm saying.
We'll
Should have
see,
made
man.
it happen.
We'll see. We making hard statements on draft night.
Man, I'm making a real hard statement. Real hard statement because there's too much talent. It ain't like I said we should have picked because for some odd reason every organization passed on Liddell. So I hope ain't nothing wrong there. But
I'm intrigued by that. I'll ask this, right? Like as we're gonna get out of here, that's gonna conclude our coverage of the draft. We were just doing the first round. If a second round pick does come in, we'll jump on that as well. But question to y'all, man, who won the first round here? Is it the high picks? Is it somebody in the mid rounds? I think we all feel like it wasn't the Chicago Bulls in this one, in this sense. Who's the player that got the steal of that first round, or was it just, hey, you got Paolo in Orlando? That was the move.
you know what? Go ahead.
I got Detroit. I'm not gonna lie. I got Detroit.
Detroit made some nice trades.
I think
Detroit made some
came
really
up a
nice
little bit.
trades. Detroit caught me off guard. That was
Detroit made some moves.
Hey, that's a wild one. Rico said EJ Liddell is a poor man's Mike Sweeney.
Wow.
That's a wild statement, bro.
I'm going to go on a limb and say, hold on one second. I want to clarify something real quick.
Now, Muggs is saying the draft. You also got to say the first round, bro. Like,
In the
there's
first
still a half a
round?
draft to go here.
I'm going to say OKC. I think OKC won the first round just from the sheer amount of volume that they got. They have, I mean, obviously they have enough picks to play around with this and get it right. But I think, again, with the right coaching involved, they are poised to make some noise. And if the very least, if they decide to pivot and go another direction, they have a lot of draft capital. I mean, trade capital. I mean, Chet was an A+.
Did Orlando lose because Paolo wore that suit alone?
Dang was an
Orlando
A
lost off that.
plus for me.
Orlando lost off that because that man didn't know if he wanted to be the Joker or.
I don't
Jokes
know
on
what
Jalen.
I didn't have Jalen Williams on the radar at all. So from the very little research I did do for some of these people, I ain't gonna lie to you. But outside of that, like just what they have 4 picks in the first round? No, they only had 3.
Yeah.
They had 3. But they had collectively, I think they had 3 of the collectively highest rated picks. Like they didn't miss at those positions. They got a top 5 pick at the positions they picked.
I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't completely disagree with the OKC.
Now, what they do with it is different if you're asking me, right? Now, if you want to say who got something that will look, help them immediately, I hate to say it because he's here, but I say Miami because Miami had no scoring going on. They look dry. I mean, dry.
Look at this dude, and all of a sudden Miami's got the best pick in the draft.
No,
he has everything in his game.
We talk about a pick who has the potential to add something to your team, and for what he looks like he can add to their team. Yeah, Miami needs that because they really don't have anybody who can create their own shot outside of Jimmy.
I mean, if we basing it off of that, then if we basing it off of that, then I feel a heck of a lot better about the Bulls pick now because he looked like he can come in and knock down shots at a minimum.
Which is why I'm not. Listen, he looked like he can come in and knock down shots, and because of that, we're going to get rid of Kobe White. And so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. You said the wrong thing. You try to sit there and say, no, great pick at 18. 18 makes up for the number 7 pick that we picked for a couple years ago.
That could be it. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. It's going to be interesting to see what these first round picks pan out to be. We got a couple more. I got a couple more shows that we'll be on. We'll be live over on Locked On Bulls, so check us out over there. Me and Hayes are going to go live reacting to the pick of Dalen Terry and then reacting and then getting ready for our Friday episode on Locked On Bulls as well. We're not recording tonight for tomorrow's episode because Your boy is supposedly gonna be live. We'll see. I'll let you guys know before I go live or not. But we should possibly be live tomorrow. That's the plan on Friday. At a minimum, next week. Understand the schedule. The schedule will be Monday through Thursday. The show will be pre-recorded. Friday will be live. Because of the draft, things might get thrown off based on what I'm doing with the Locked On Network and stuff like that. So I'll be over on Locked On Bulls. Boys, I appreciate y'all for sticking it out, especially you kids playing hurt tonight, man. But he did a lot of work tonight. Y'all don't even know behind the scenes that he was doing the ticker. He was running it, keeping an eye on it. So big love to P Kid, man. Shout out to Ringo for coming with knowledge for the first half of the draft. No, I'm just playing, bro. Shout out to Ringo for always. Hey, Ringo's the only one that has watched every one of these people play at least once.
Hey.
So I'll give him that. Minus Jovic. He had no idea about the dude that his
No,
team
I didn't, but he got some.
Hey, as always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. If any news breaks for the second round Bulls trade or anything, I'll come back on, go live. We will also be reacting to it on Locked On Bulls. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago.